Hello and welcome. It is a watch along. We might get some of you turn up. We might get none of you turn up. Who knows? But we wanted to give you the opportunity because that is what All for United WFC is all about. So, yes, if anybody does pop along, lovely to see you. If not, hey, I've got a couple of people to spend a bit of time with whilst we watch and hope and pray and do all of those things that Chelsea will not beat Reading and that Manchester United will beat Liverpool. I'm in the company of greatness. We have got the almighty Sarah Stacey. Thank you for joining us again. And of course, he only comes on limited occasions, but when he does, it's like the heavens have opened and the light of God is shining upon us. Here he is. It's Lanzel. You all right, mate? He's talking to us.
I'm all right, mate. How are you? How are you doing, Sarah? You all right?
Yeah, great.
Great.
Well, you've seen the starting lineup, both of you. Very interesting news for me. Hayley Ladd dropped, and I say dropped, put to the bench, and Vilda Reese is starting. Sarah, how are you feeling about
that? Yeah, I'm very excited. I was a little surprised, especially because Hayley scored so quickly last week. But I suppose, a lot of people are saying they want to see more of Vilda starting, and I do too, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think we're going to go all out today and, really attack this game. So I think it kind of, we were chatting a little bit about this before we came on. I think it's probably a sign of things to come as well. I think we will probably see a lot more of Vilda next season, a bit more rotation, being in more competitions.
Absolutely. Lanzel, how are you feeling about this?
I echo what Sarah said. So I love Vilda. Everyone knows this. So, listen, I think personally, we've got no Katie to me is not a DM, so we've got no DM there. We attack Liverpool. I'm looking, Sarah says 6. I'm optimistic now. I said 4, but I'm optimistic now. I think we just kill off Liverpool today. 5-0, 6-0. Reading do their job, and we get the title. I'm on it today. That's it. We're winning. Come on, United! Let's go!
One. I think genuinely for me, what's happened here. At first, I was a bit miffed. I'm like, what's happened here? Why is he making a change like this when we've got to go and win? But then I sort of really sat and thought back and thought, actually, we don't. We've got Champions League. That bit's sorted. And the league isn't in our hands. Whether we win 1-0 or whether we win 10-0, it's up to what Chelsea do. We can only control what we can control. But if we can go and get 6 and Chelsea just happen to have a little drop and draw, then we do win it. So actually, I think that's why he's maybe gone just a little bit more attacking than perhaps he normally would. So big fan of this, big fan of that idea. But again, a little bit harsh on Hayley having scored so early. TJ, lovely to see you in the feed. Lots of pictures going on at the moment. You're not missing anything. There's just loads of Liverpool flags at the moment. Boo to that. Another question I've got to ask you because it's the right thing to do. Looks like the ladies are just getting ready to come out of the tunnel. On Abatier, lots going on. There was a show about it midweek. I know that Connor did it. Is this going to be the last time we see the Spanish sensation in a red shirt, do you think, Sarah?
As much as I hate to say it does look like it, just from everything that we've been hearing. And I'm honestly devastated about that. Like, no ill will towards her whatsoever. Good luck to her, except if we play Barcelona, obviously. But it will be awful to lose her. I think for me, she's been by far our best player this season. But, we have no choice. We have to move on. We've been here before with the men's team, with big names departing, and it seemed like the end of the world at the time. But we have to move on. And we're not really used to being in this situation, losing a player like her. But, I guess we just have to hope that we find somebody who can do the job just as well.
No, absolutely. I think you are 100% correct. Lanzel, we know you've been a big fan of Honor and that you've absolutely lambasted the club, really, in terms of getting them to try and sign her. How do you feel about it? If she does go, can we really blame her? I mean, it's Barcelona. It's the place she wants to play.
To Barca is fine. Obviously, I was sad to hear the news breaking. To Barcelona, it is fine. I just didn't want her to go to a WSL club, to be honest with you, So we like as a fan base, we knew that she'll go back home, whatever. However, because we're on this sense of positivity, let's keep it up. Jade Vieira, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna say it now. In 2 more seasons, you're gonna be like, Honor who? Jade is gonna be that girl. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Imagine if that actually turns out to be true, Denzel.
It is. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Let's go. But obviously, Honor is world class. I'm sorry, but she is. We're losing a world class player. I know there's noise around the club, etc., etc. We'll get into that, but Honor is world class, man. And to lose a world class player like that, the most assists in the WSL from a fullback, to me, player of the season for me. But you know how it goes. United bias, it is what it is. But yeah,
absolutely. Brilliant. You can't be biased on the Man United fan channel. Where can you be biased? The question I've got to ask. Last one, they're just all getting themselves sorted. Mark Skinner's in a lovely red number today. We've just seen that they're having a little handshake there with Mr. Beard. Paris, top right, where she's being put. Happy with that, Paris? Would we have gone Garcia? What's your general thoughts there?
It's a tricky one because obviously Garcia, scored the all-important winner against City. I think we will see her at some stage today. I don't doubt that. But yeah, Paris has been fantastic the last couple of games, especially. Like, I still maintain when she was taken off in the FA Cup final, that's when things started to go wrong for us. And yeah, I'm excited to see what she does today.
Absolutely. Well, listen, lots going on right now. For those of you that are not watching, if you're not watching live, BBC is where you need to be watching Manchester United facing Liverpool at Tranmere. Always weird saying that, but there you go. The girls are currently in a huddle, playing all in white at the moment. Sully's just put a hand in the middle of the circle. It's going to be, United on 3. Yeah. And off they go. So they're getting themselves ready. To my left, on my iPad, other tablets are available. Chelsea have just kicked off. We're going to be slightly delayed on this one. That's the internet for you. But there we go. So as it stands, Chelsea have kicked off before Manchester United in terms of how we're doing the watch-along. They've just taken the knee for the anti-racism, as they have done all season long. Really proud of the girls for keeping that going as well. And the Liverpool players have just kicked off. It has started. We are on. The final day is underway. And how hard is this going to be? Like, I keep thinking about it. And the stat that I've heard about Chelsea, 6 games they've played since they lost to City. It scored 24 times and conceded once. That is mental, isn't it? That is absolutely crazy. Like... Are we just hoping a little bit too much here?
We're hoping. Let's be honest. We're hoping, but you know what? They're gonna lose. I just feel it. I'm sorry. I'm on positive vibes.
Well, they could. Yeah. They could lose. I mean, no team is infallible. Not even Chelsea. I mean, Liverpool have beaten them this season. Reading gave us a scare. Let's not forget. Yeah. It wasn't easy for us to beat Reading. But yeah, honestly, we talk about if Chelsea only draw, we'd have to score 6 to win the title. And like, if we hadn't already beaten Liverpool by that many goals this season, I'd be like, I think we beat really Liverpool. I
said 4-0. I said 4-0 on the score prediction. I said 4-0, 6. I love it. I went 6. Honestly, I would love it.
I went 5. Yeah. I think I went 5-0.
You went 5-0, Barry?
I can't remember what I went now. It's definitely 0 to Liverpool anyway. And a plethora of goals for Manchester United.
Listen, Liverpool do not beat us today. We don't draw today. No, we win today. We win today. Come on.
I was genuinely sat there thinking there was a lot of people on the Predictions League who went with their heart because there was a ridiculous amount of goals for Man United being scored. And some people were thinking Reading was going to score 2 and draw 2-2 with Chelsea, which could happen. Don't get me wrong. But I do feel there was a lot of people that went with their hearts in the Prediction League. So that'll be entertaining nonetheless. Right, let's catch up on some of the comments that are going on. There's not a huge amount happening at the moment. United attacking down the right-hand side. Liverpool doing what they do. Chelsea not doing too much either. Deanna Cooper's just been booked, so go on. This has got horrible vibes for me, because do you remember when Man United lost the title to City, to that Aguero goal? And City were facing QPR at the time, weren't they? Playing blue and white hoops.
Oh, so that still haunts me.
Looking at the iPad, because all I can see is blue and white hoops. I see Deanna Cooper. Actually, I've got Joey Barton's face in my mind. It's a little bit scary. Anyway, Zenon's about to take a free kick, so let's have a quick look at that, shall we? 2 minutes and 40 gone for us. Go on, Zenny, whip it in. What do we reckon? Russo?
Nah, Turner.
Turner,
Header. Let's go.
She's put her hand up. She's waving to people. Hi, Katie. In it comes. Headed down. Oh, no, that's cleared. Still hanging about on the edge of the box. But looks like Liverpool got away with one there. Right, let's catch up on the comments. Vincent was obviously talking about the honour situation. I don't think he means win the Champions League. He's saying he don't know why she wants to jump to Barcelona when we're in the Champions League. I think he's saying. Is it that? Or is it because she's the lowest paid player on the team? Listen, there's rumours going around. The rumours are rife as to why it is that Honor hasn't signed the contract with us. And we don't know them yet. And we don't even know if it's true, because United have not said that is the case. Shot on the edge there, but didn't come to anything. Crikey, this is interesting.
Sorry, Barry, one thing I want to say to the Reds fan base. We all knew as well that in regards to the women's game, if they're American, if they're Spanish or whatever, they like to go back home. So yeah, it hurts. And trust me, I'm hurt as well. But we all knew as well that if Honor was going to leave Man United, it was going to be for Barcelona. So we've got Jade. We're keeping positive. Honor's world class, but we've got Jade as well. And I really, really believe that Jade could be that player as well. So let's go on that one. TJ Trex, tell me, give me some positivity in the comments, my friend. Come on, let's go. Come on. We're winning the league today. We're winning the league.
Absolutely. Right, well, here we go. Another free kick being taken after Zenon was just absolutely taken out from behind there. Tooney coming down the left.
Tooney.
Oh, cross coming in.
Tooney!
Well.
Oi.
Oh, yeah, well.
We love that.
So, TJ does say it looks like you're ahead of us. This often happens when we do the old watch-alongs. It's very difficult. Some people are watching on live TV. Some people watch on the internet through not the illegal ones, obviously, Sky Go, that sort of stuff like I'm on. So that's happening. So listen, if you are ahead, hopefully you've got that handy little function button where you can pause the action. If you do that, you get yourself bang into sync with us. Which makes it hopefully a more enjoyable experience for you. Otherwise, you're just getting our reaction on what you've already seen. But that's up to you. It's your life, your house, your rules. You go with it, whatever it is you feel like. Another good one here. I like the bench today. The bench does look strong, doesn't it, Sarah?
Yeah, it does. I mean, like I said, we'll probably see Garcia at some point. There's lots of players who could come on and make a difference if it's not going entirely well, and even the likes of Aoife, she's had a few starts now since she came back from injury. Millie's back in, obviously, but it's just great to see the talent we have on the bench. And if somebody were to get injured or it wasn't working out, we have lots of players who can step in, and we don't have to worry too much about that.
Okay. No, very true. Very, very true. We've got 17 people joining us at the moment, which is great stuff. Listen, this is an interesting situation. We're not quite, some of you are 7 minutes into the game, but here it is, 0-0 still. Liverpool United. And let's look at the permutations, or every United fan really knows what they are. We've got to win. That's the simplicity of it all. A draw or a loss does nothing for us. Chelsea, on the other hand, could draw or lose, and that would be the two positions they would need to take in order for us to have a sniff at the glory of the WSL title. Of the two, which do you think is more likely, a draw or a loss?
You go first, Sarah.
For Chelsea, I think a draw. I hope a loss, but I think a draw.
Angel?
They're losing today. They have to, because if they don't, then I'm getting pelters left, right, and center. So they're losing today. I predicted 2-1. I did. I predicted 2-1. So I think they'll lose today, even though I know that Sam Kerr comes up with the goals.
If she doesn't, then it'll be very interesting.
There you go. But
Yeah.
I think 2-1 today. We win, and we win the title. We win the title today, guys. Come on. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go, Red. Let's
Like,
go.
comment, subscribe, you say. Hold tight. There's an app for that. Look at that. Throw that one right in there. That'll keep Connor happy. While we're there, what a moment to be talking about. Here we are with our 2,000 subscribers now on YouTube. I can remember we were hoping we'd make 1,000. And here we are now. We've doubled that. So thank you very much, all of you this season who've decided that you enjoy the inane ramblings of myself and the disgusting culinary habits of Connor, who I can only apologise for. That's all I can really do. Just checking, Lanzel, you are a burger eater with the hands, yes?
Come on. Do you have to ask that question?
Well, I don't know. But I think
sorry, Connor. We don't eat burgers with cutlery, mate.
Have you heard?
I love you to bits.
Genuine footage of Connor eating a burger with his hands.
Yeah. Maybe that's why they want to meet me at Wembley. When I was ringing him, I said to him, where are you at? You're probably eating a burger.
Right. Just don't
I love him to bits. Love everyone to bits, you know. We're a big family, you know. We're a big family, and I love everyone to bits. Love all the rest to bits, yeah. So lovely.
And Connor references that in one of the latest tweets that's been out on All for United WFC, pointing that very fact out that that there we are. We are one big community, and we are absolutely delighted to have all of you. So Liverpool have just flashed the ball across the face.
Whoa!
Right? Yeah, I thought you'd enjoy that one. I just held on just enough time there for Lanzel to
sorry.
It's all good, right? No, you did it. But now here comes us. Left-hand side, ball comes in from Johnson. Caught by quite easily, I have to say. Wasn't that close. Right. How are we doing in the comments? So, Stupid USA is not streaming it via Paramount Plus, so they've got to use the FA player, which is a bit of a shame for you. What else he put? Aoife's injured. Mild MCL flare out, so out for a couple of weeks, which is a shame. It's been her season really to be injured, hasn't it? So hopefully she'll be back next season. And we'll, of course, hopefully enjoy the World Cup too. And yes, absolutely. I mean, you could have just stopped at Connor, to be honest. I mean, we say cutlery habits, just making fun of Connor is literally half of my job. It's actually in my job description to make sure I do that. And Jennifer, was that Casemiro playing for Liverpool? Could have been. I wouldn't. I'd like to think Casemiro wouldn't be that stupid as to go and play.
You know what? Not Casemiro, Cascarano. Thoughts on her? Do you think? I know she hasn't played that well. I know she hasn't played too many games, but because we've got Champions League and more games, etc., do you think that we keep a player like that and promise her more games moving on to next season? What do you think, Sarah?
I would definitely be in favor of keeping her because I really like what I've seen from her. So if we could sign her permanently, she could be very useful for us in the Champions League and in the league as well. I'd be in favor of that.
Barry?
Oh, why would you not? Listen, I've said it time and time again. I know it winds Connor up to the nth degree, and I don't mean to do it, but I'm just one of those people who genuinely has faith in the people that are put into management positions because they've done a lot of work to get there. Like one of the absolute delights of working in the lower leagues, as I have done with Stevenage this season, is you really do get an insight into what goes on behind the scenes, how they think about it, how they're thinking about who's coming into the team, what they're doing, what their plans are, what they're doing tactically. And because you get to see all of these things, you have an even bigger, I think, respect for the job that people like Mark Skinner do. So you just sort of sit there and go, do you know what? It's their job. It's literally their job that is on the line. If somebody was coming up to me constantly telling me what to do with my job, I'd get very wound up very quickly. Corner coming in, cleared. However, I think the big problem for me is that you're always going to get opinions. People always have opinions, and I get that. But for me, I'm just willing to trust him. If he's looked at Cascarino and gone, she's the sort of player we need, I'm spot on. It doesn't really matter what I think about it. I'm just happy to agree with it until I see otherwise. Now, for example, Wout Weghorst, just popping over to the men's side. I love the guy. He's a brilliant geezer. He's got excellent energy. He works hard all the time, but he never scores a goal. And that's literally what he's bought for. So I really struggle with that. So whilst I will never, slag him off and do all those sorts of things, I'd never be rude and abusive. Do I think he's Man United material? No, I don't. Would I want him to stay any longer than this season? Not really, no. There's lots of other people that disagree with me, talk to me about the things that he does. That's fine. I'm very much the same over here. I haven't seen enough of Cascarino to be able to sit there and tell you whether or not I think she's going to fit in and do really well. But I trust Skinner. And I will watch her. And if 6 months down the line I've seen her and I'm not so convinced, then I'll say so. Listen, it's no secret, Jackie Groden. I don't exactly sit here and more.
I know. We argued about this, Barry.
I don't, because look where we are without her. She didn't score many goals. Things. And so, ball flashed across goal there. It's a tight one. United looking like they're getting forward, but I feel like Liverpool have come the closest so far.
Don't worry, we're gonna win. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win this.
But yeah, so for me, I think the big thing there with Cascarino is just give her a chance. I think she'll be absolutely fine. And who knows? The tough bit about playing for midfield for United is actually getting into the team because we have a very settled midfield and a very settled squad. So there we are. Sarah, opening 15 minutes, like we say, we're almost at 15. Not really any major chances. Liverpool probably come the closest, although I think that was a cross rather than a shot. What's your thoughts on the game so far?
Yeah, it is a tight one. I think hopefully it'll open up in the next few minutes. We're looking good, so only a matter of time, hopefully, before we score. But yeah, Liverpool have had a couple of chances. I think so far they're playing better than they did in the reverse fixture. So hope we can keep them out. Because it's strange. I haven't even really thought about the possibility of them scoring. It's just how many will we score. So
I think we're all on that at the moment. We're just like, come on, we need the first one. Got to start picking them off like an abacus. Lanzel, thoughts on the opening 15 and a little answer to CJ's question, if you please.
Okay, opening 15, I think that basically we're just feeding ourselves into the game. I think we score first. It just opens the floodgates. Like I said, we beat Liverpool. We're not losing to Liverpool. I'm sorry, but I'm that confident, so it is what it is. How long is the loan? The loan was this season, my family. But I would sign her personally. I think that Lad and her, she's already been in the squad. You don't mess around with the squad harmony, because people got to understand. We want, like for example, me, I want Viv Miedema, right? But does Miedema fit our squad? I don't know what her personality is like, etc., etc. Mark always goes on about a good person, squad harmony, etc., etc. So, it's this season, but I think that we sign her personally. That's just my opinion. But we'll see.
Absolutely. There are horrible rumours that Chelsea might have just taken the lead, which I can't confirm just yet, due to the fact that obviously I'm on my iPad for the Chelsea game, so I care less about them than I do about Man United. But they did just have a corner. The ball was just on the edge of the box with them. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this person's true. But they might be telling me lies. You never know. Haven't seen one yet.
Oh God. Yeah.
Ball gets crossed.
For me, there's
Ruby's not lying to us. It was a little header from Kerr, doing what she does.
From Kerr again.
My question for you, young Luca, are you a Chelsea fan? Have you popped in here to mock us? If you have, I look forward to some banter with you today. That should be rather wonderful. But yes, Chelsea have indeed scored thanks to Sam
This
Kerr.
girl doesn't stop scoring, does she? She doesn't stop scoring.
She just doesn't. She's like the bane of my life, Sam
my
Kerr.
God.
But yes, Chelsea have got the lead. They are 1-0 up. So as it stands, it's irrelevant what United do, win, lose or draw. Nothing can happen. But regardless of that, it's important to point out that there is still in that game 73 minutes to go. So literally anything can happen. We've watched football long enough to know that a 1-0 lead does not equal 3 points after 17 minutes. So we'll see how we go. Yes, TJ, we did go back to the Jackie Run. It's not a debate, really, is it? I just don't feel it's a debate because the facts back up what I said. So, just saying. How about this one? So the good news is that Leon is out of sorts with the new ownership, so maybe we can sign Cascarino. I think that was always the hope, wasn't it, Sarah, that we would, after the loan, be able to sign her for a bit longer.
Yeah. She's not PSG, though. Her sister plays for Leon.
DJ, you've got mixed up by the Cascarino sisters.
Well, let's sign her too.
Why not?
She could come and join her sister. Yeah, I think I without really knowing what's going on at all, conversation wise, I would be surprised if we would go to the trouble of bringing her in on loan if if the aim wasn't to keep her on longer. If she hasn't had a chance to feature that much. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but that would be my thought on it.
Tooney just had a fantastic shot where a Liverpool player just stuck their foot out. You could just see from the angle of the shot that was going right in the bottom corner. The BBC has joined in Ruka's mockery by now showing the Sam Kerr goal.
That's my friend,
as if I require that right this very minute.
No, that's my friend. That's my friend. Bless her.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah, that's my friend.
Oh, Lazelle.
She's from Canada.
This is the Canadian
oh
friend.
Oh my God.
Hey, look, it's good to have her here. We might be
Thank you very much. I'll ring you after. I don't want you to win, though.
I don't think any of us want them to win. But,
bless her.
There we go. TJ's mentioning that Guru was the one who sent it across, and
I love her. I'm sorry. I know it's United, but I love. Well, me and Connor, we love Pacheco and we love Wrighton, don't we? So
here comes John with his Chelsea chant. We're probably
all right, Chelsea fans, come on.
You've got another live stream to go to somewhere.
Yeah, please, come on. It's a United stream, mate.
Maybe they don't.
Love you loads, but like and subscribe. But come on, please, come on.
One thing I will say is that the one thing we've got as a football club going for us is that it's the Man United Women's channel that has these streams and does these things. Mm-hmm. I don't see too many of them in terms of other fan groups. Not to say they're not there, but I don't see too many of them. So you're more than welcome here. Just keep it respectful. We love a bit of banter. That's not a problem. So it's all good. TJ, thanks for the correction. Yep, got confused again. Listen, I get confused all the time, TJ, so don't worry too much about that. Ruka's off at you again. Too late, mate. I'm probably say a bit early, if anything. Still, like I say, 70 minutes to go. But there we go. And as for Guru, TJ says, I'd suggest she's had an even better season than Kerr. What do you reckon to that, Sarah? Do you think so?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, the goal scorers will always, get... Oh, sorry. I think I'm ahead here. Yeah, got distracted there. I won't say what happened. Yeah, the goal scorers always get, most of the credit. But, yeah, I would say so. I mean, even going back to the FA Cup final, it was Harder who changed Chelsea's performance, but obviously Kerr got player of the match because she scored the goals. So yeah, that often happens.
Just watching what I think you just saw. Ball's on the edge of the box. Comes out to the right hand side there. That's Honor. Wonderful Honor. Oh, we'll miss you. Oh, yep. Header came in, saved by the goalkeeper.
Yeah. If we score, I'm going to have to keep quiet for 40 seconds or so. I'll give nothing away.
Seconds, is it? I might be able to fix that a little bit. There we go. Let's see what that does. That's the WSL table just pops up on yours, is it? It wouldn't. You're not watching on the BBC, you're watching the FA player. I keep forgetting that. But anyway, as it stands, as we say, Chelsea are looking like they're going to get the title. But there we go. How about this one, Ansel? There's been a lot of chat about Tooney and how she's got on this season. Jennifer's gone. She looked out of sorts or not interested. I wouldn't think it's that she's not interested. I can't see that being the case. But certainly thoughts, maybe. What's your thoughts on Tooney and how she's performed this season?
Listen, Tooney's a red through and through. Love Tooney, yeah? I believe we've overplayed her. I really do. I believe we've overplayed her. I think she's been burnt out. I know that we sometimes have one game a week, etc. But there's been times where 60, 70 minutes, she's not in a game. With Tooney, in my opinion, if she don't touch the ball for 20 minutes, like, you know what kind of game she's going to have. Tooney's a brilliant player. She's a luxury player. Yeah? We need to just give her a rest, come back again. She's going to kill it in the Champions League. She's going to kill it in the Champions League, I'm telling you. Like, that's our player. That's ours. That's ours. We you know, she came from our academy. So, listen, leave Tooney alone. Tooney's fine. Tooney's fine. Tooney's fine.
Would you go along with that, Sarah?
Yeah, I would. I mean, you know, there have been times where for goal season, but, you know, obviously goals aren't everything in terms of somebody's game. But no, she's looking good as far as I'm concerned so far. She's getting stuck in and she looks a threat. So, yeah, I would never say she was not interested. You know, she's like, her passion is always there. That's never in doubt.
I think it's just the way it comes across, isn't it? Sometimes people do say that it comes across for lots of players that they're looking uninterested. I mean, Anthony Martial is obviously someone for the boys team who gets that quite a bit. But yeah, I'd be surprised if there's anybody playing football who's not interested in the game. But certainly,
Barry.
Hello.
The difference is Tooney's available. We'll leave that to another stream.
Oh, Tony Marshall came from France.
Listen, we're red, love it, and that's it.
I do love Tony Marshall, but I'm telling you, that boy.
You know what I mean?
He's second only to Paul Pogba for availability issues, isn't he?
Oh my God, mate. Honestly, don't let me get started on him.
Yeah, there we go. So, lots going on at the minute. There's a little bit of a stoppage with the Liverpool fans up and cheering, and the United fans as well. Very interesting. There's is that Matt that I see there? I thought I saw Matt Crane for a second. Skinner's having a little bit of a conversation too. So, yeah, all very interesting. And free kicks kicked off. Over to the right, though, and headed out. So, not really too much going on in the game. Let's see. John, this is lovely. Even though I'm a Chelsea fan, really love your channel. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you very much. Like I say, you know, might be a United fan channel, but everybody is welcome. TJ, we tried this. It's the FA player. Apparently, you can't pause live.
I tried pausing it, and then when I unpaused, it just went 3 minutes ahead. So.
Yeah, you see, it's not a great idea. So I'm at this moment in time trying to sync up with Sarah, so she doesn't have to sit there on her hands, and then we could just get Lanzel all excited to watch what's coming up and play the Gary Neville role of the colour commentator on the side, sorting out, you know,
well,
what's
I'm
happening. Play-by-play person.
27 is my timestamp right now. So
27 exactly.
Well, yeah, 4, 5, 6.
We'll just stop it for 20 seconds then. There we go. So at the moment, the ball is suspended in midair and it's not moving at all.
No one's
quite
moving.
A weird thing to happen on a TV. I'll tell you that for free. But there we go. And now I've pushed play again, so I'll probably be a second or two ahead. And the ball has just been smashed out by Liverpool. So what else have we got going on here? Tooney has got plenty of assists this season too. She always gets assists. To Zella Toon. She works incredibly hard in that respect. But Jennifer says her body language is not right to my eyes, and so who are we to argue? It's not. You're not the only person.
I think I can see what Jennifer is getting at here. She hasn't looked happy when she's come off, but to me, that's just, I think she's not been pleased with her own performances necessarily. She's given herself a hard time, because then her post-match comments are always, they don't really reflect that. So
no, they definitely don't. So why don't we have, why don't I play my very best Jeff Stelling and just let you know where we're going at the moment. Arsenal and Aston Villa still 0-0. Brighton and Leicester still 0-0. City and Everton still 0-0. The only other goal that's been scored out of these two games that we're looking at the moment is West Ham and the Spurs. Want to take a guess as to which team has scored there?
Tottenham, Beth England.
Oh.
Absolutely. Beth England has scored a goal for Spurs.
See, this is what I'm saying, Reds. I'm sorry. I wanted her. Listen, she's a Barnsley girl. She needs to come back home. She needs to come to the red side of Manchester. This girl, 25 goals plus.
Very, very
killer. She would push Alessia, and Alessia would love that challenge. She would love it. No disrespect, I'm not dissing nobody else. Forget Rachel Daly. This is all my opinions. Forget Rachel Daly. Beth England is the new Sam Kerr. There you go. You heard it first. And I don't eat burgers with cutlery. Sorry for that. I love you.
I never trust anybody that does, to be honest with you. So those scorelines, as it would stand, would mean obviously that Chelsea would win the WSL by 4 points ahead of a certain Manchester United finishing in second, with Arsenal getting the final Champions League spot, 3 points clear of Man City. Villa, Carla Ward, we know, has just signed a new contract with them, would have finished fifth, but it would mean at this moment in time that Reading are relegated. Let's be honest, unless Reading gets something out of this game against Chelsea, it was game over for them anyway.
Yeah, it's game over. Yeah.
Another reason why you need to wake up, Reading, and try and score some goals.
Come on, Rachel Rowe. Come on, Rachel Rowe. Come on, Rachel Rowe. Let's go.
We are desperate to go to your rubbish little ground again where you force us to walk steps like Everest. Come on.
One question, yeah?
Go.
And it's going to touch your heart. You're going to touch the crest on your shoulder right now. But we'll leave it open to the chat. So, chat, listen to what I'm saying. Kirsty Hansen, brilliant. We play her on the right-hand side when she's at United. She's been playing on the left-hand side for Villa. The numbers do not lie. Yeah? I want her back home. What do you think? Let's go. Barry and Sarah, what do you think?
I've had this conversation a few times. I think that the thing is for us is that obviously they, like you say, they played her on the left. We play her often on the right. The one position that we've got that isn't nailed down is that front right
hand side. Yeah.
So I could see Kirsty coming in and fighting for that 100%. Listen, she's in the running for WSL Player of the Year.
Thank you.
For that reason and that reason alone, it would be a bit mad to just let her go.
Thank you.
Does she fit in with what Skinner wants to do? I don't know. Don't forget we've got other people that can play that position. There we go. Mary Earps just giving me a mild heart attack there, but came out to collect the ball as only Mary Earps can do. Well played, Mary. It was offside anyway. There we go. Everybody's just trying to scare me today. I think you possibly could. Don't forget we've got Fuso as well out on loan who can potentially come back, and she's played in that position. So I think there's going to be a lot of competition for that.
I think Fuso goes, mate.
Somebody's got to go.
Fuso goes.
I'll fit all four of them in there.
Yeah. Sorry, I think she goes. But yeah, it is what it is. Love it to bits, but I think she goes.
What do you think, Sarah?
What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I hope we keep Hansen because I think you need that competition as well with Champions League. So I think Skinner will probably welcome that. I would hope.
Ryan, it's been happening all the time. She should have had 3 penalties and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Ryan, it's been happening all the time, mate.
People were talking about a reputation. Do you guys think Nikita Paris has had a reputation for diving in the past? Because I don't know. I've not kept up with Nikita Paris's career long enough to know if she had a reputation before she came to United. But really, Does she have this reputation that follows her, that she goes down too easy, and that's why she's not getting these penalties and free kicks? Because it does seem a little bit suspect that she's getting smashed off the ball as many times as she has been, and isn't getting the decisions, the rub of the green, shall we say.
Yeah, I don't know much about it either, but like some of those times she has looked like she's been in pain. So I'm thinking, oh no, I hope she doesn't go off. But then she's fine. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking back to people used to say that about Ashley Young, but I don't know if they said that about him before he came to United or not. And then obviously, going back to Villa, he's been lauded again, and I haven't heard anybody say things like that. So I don't know if it's just a United.
Well, here we go. According to TJ, the keywords here was Keats was flopping too much for Arsenal. I presume he means like flopping to the ground rather than just not playing very well. But yeah,
TJ, I'll say one thing, my friend. I'll say one thing. And I didn't like the Paris signing, yeah? But let me explain something to you, yeah? She's been brilliant. She's absolutely been brilliant on the right-hand side, right? Yeah? And another thing is as well, yeah? We're going to get the Keats. I'm telling you now, clip it now, clip it. We're going to get the Keats that was top scorer when she was playing for flipping Man City. I'm sorry to say that because it's Man City. However, we're going to get that Keats. We're going to get that Keats. She's settled. Have you heard her interviews? She's settled. She like Mark Skinner, yeah? I was the one hammering. But he's settled in his role now. He knows what it is to be a Manchester United manager, isn't it? So let's go. Yeah, we'll be second today if Reading do us a favor, which is fair enough. If not, we win the title next season. Let's go. Come on, Reds. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go.
Who needs banners when you've got Lansell? So what about this one? Because TJ said Fuso might not even be playing for a German team.
She's gone.
I'm a very bad fan. I've kept absolutely zero. I don't look beyond these. I've got too much going on. I can't. If I watched every bit of football that ever existed, I'd literally never go to work.
I don't watch the German league. I just see Stanway scoring goals, and I just see Caroline Weir scoring goals, and we don't like them anyway. No, not as players, as people. We love them. I'm just gonna let me be politically correct, yeah, because I love them as players. However, Fuso in the German league, come on, she's gone.
Yeah, I do think she will probably not be back. Sarah, would you agree with that? Do you think we've probably seen the last of Fuso in a United shirt?
Probably. I mean, if she's not, if she hasn't had a successful loan spell, you'd have to wonder. Yeah, and I'm not really overly familiar with German football either, so yeah, I can't really comment on her performances, but it wouldn't be too surprising.
That's fair enough. Jennifer said we do need a European star player as a statement signing, such as Alex Pop, which is good. If we do that, though, I do feel like we've got to find players also called Snap and Crackle. We'll have them as our front three. Otherwise, I'm just not going to feel too happy about it. So I'd love that. Imagine that. Starting for United at the front three, Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Rice Krispies FC. Love it.
Jennifer, there's a girl in PSG centre midfield. I've been banging on about it from Twitter. She's 19, going to turn 20 soon. Lorena Vazer. She is like Grace Guerrero. Yeah? That is who we need. We need to build a young team to compete for years and years and years and years. If we're going to go Alex Pop, let's get Katoto. Let's get Viv. Let's get Mead. Let's get Kerr. Let's get Harder. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's to Paris.
Love the ambition, though.
Paris, I think, has just got a free kick. And it's one of those that's sort of halfway through. Zelen whips it in. Go on. Lifted over the top and very wide as well by Leah Galton. Liverpool have now got a player down on the grass, which is never good to see. Don't know what she got caught by. She does look like she's in a bit of discomfort. Meanwhile, on my iPad, Chelsea have just taken a corner, which has gone just wide of the other post. So, yeah, what a moment. But, yes, Sarah, has that come onto your TV yet, the Galton miss?
It has, yeah.
What's your thoughts on it?
They're just replaying it now. Yeah, very high. Could have gone lower. I do, like we've scored so many goals this season, but at times we've had those periods where we should be finishing off chances and we're just not. So I hope it's not one of those days.
We're winning, Sarah. Let's go. We're winning. Keep it up.
You're keeping me on the positive track here.
Trust me. 4-0. Let's go. We're going, man. Trust me. Trust me. We are.
TJ saying City might be in trouble. Taylor said he's not going to sign anyone this summer. Really? Do you genuinely think that Man City, if they finish outside of the top 3, will not sign anybody? Because if they don't, that's a dangerous thing to do. I mean, City could find themselves dropping. Could this be something to do with the problems that are going on off the pitch? Or, they've just been told they've got no budget for that? I mean, what on earth could be behind such a statement?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you just wonder all the stuff that's affecting the men's team. Like, I hadn't really thought about how that would sort of filter through to the women's as well. But yeah, if I was a City fan, even saying that, the thoughts, I would, they didn't sign anybody, I would not be happy. I'd be questioning everything.
Well, there is a goal at the Chigwell Construction Stadium. Cammy, can you tell us anything about it? Of course he can't. He's not on here. We're not on Sucker Sand. But I can confirm that West Ham have equalised against Spurs. Emma Snow with 7 minutes to go there. So Spurs' problems continue. The sort of result that just means basically definitely would finish.
If you see this, Beth England, because you do watch it, Beth, come over to the red side. Come home to Barnsley. Come home to United, please.
Come on.
Give us our 25 goals a season. Let's go. Come on, Beth. Come on, please. Come on.
It's interesting. I mean, Spurs have done well. They've avoided the drop, which was hanging over them like an absolute guillotine at one point. What a save that is from the Reading goalkeeper there, by the way. But, yeah, absolutely unreal, really. West Ham just above them. But, yeah, really, it's Leicester or Reading, as we know, going down. Brighton looking pretty safe too. TJ again, Weir's been amazing in Spain. Yep, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I thought Fraser already got signed.
No, she hasn't signed yet.
There we go.
That's my girl. She hasn't signed yet.
And TJ put the kiss of death on us there. I feel like we'll keep a clean sheet for sure today. So anyone who said 4 or 5-0, if we don't get it, can blame TJ for that one. Ruka's in with news again. Quicker than Sky Sports. They've not even updated.
What are you doing? What are you doing, my friend?
It must be so boring being a Chelsea fan, winning all those.
You know what? Yeah, I know. Do you know what it is? Obviously, she's diehard. She's diehard Chelsea fan. Listen, love her to bits anyway. Fair enough. Cool. No problem. We'll talk after the stream now. Don't comment now. I'm joking.
The goal scorer is Guru Wrighton. Yeah. So TJ was there. TJ was pathetic.
I'm sorry, but we do. We love her. Sang, where are you? Sang, where are you?
It's a shame. It's a genuine shame. I'm disappointed. Yeah, but I think this is what I said earlier on. I think a lot of people in the Predictions League went in with their heart by saying that Chelsea were going to draw or lose. It's just come through on the iPad. Literally just scored the goal. Wasn't looking. So I shall give you a little bit of an update on that in just a second. But it's a shame. It is a shame. It's a shame for just the league in general, I think, really, in terms of the fact that it's the same people winning it all the time. But as much as I say that, if it was United, we'd just be puffing our chest out and telling them all how great we are. So it's a great ball down the left, by the way. That's poor. That's poor. So the right back for Reading, whose name I don't know, doesn't deal with it. It just comes off of her knee, Guru right, and just pounces and slots it under the goalkeeper. So, yeah, Reading have literally gifted it to them, and we'll have some work to do. It's not gone as of this moment yet.
Barry, it's gone.
Oh, where's the positivity gone?
We're second, right? We're second. That's it. It's a 4-5-0. It's a 4-5-0 Chelsea Reading. It's a 4-5-0 United Liverpool. Because we're gonna
still need people to watch the second half, Lanzel. What are you doing?
Let's be honest. Come on. However, it's still been a brilliant season from us. If we took a FA Cup final and Champions League, we would have bitten your hand off. Yeah. And it is me saying this as well, even though I was like, oh, Mark Skinner this, Mark Skinner that, but no, Mark Skinner has done a great job. Okay. And we move forward. However, if Reading get 3 goals, then we're on it. But listen, it's been a brilliant season from the girls.
So TJ's said 6-0 for Chelsea. I think other people did do this. Just thought, if we go for this on Chelsea, at least we'll feel a little bit better about the result because we got some points. But that was it. James, stop the saltiness. You've got to give us a little bit of bitterness. We were hoping.
Come on, James. Come on. We love United, James. You know what I mean? Come on. Love you to bits, bro, but come on, bro.
Wrighton did indeed make the goalkeeper. It was quite something. But then James does come back and tell us that you guys will get there. And I think this is absolutely the truth.
James. We will.
Don't you just think that actually the response that we've had from other fans, like how Arsenal fans in particular have been quite vocal about us, and also some Chelsea fans as well. Generally, they've been quite good, to be fair, the Chelsea fans, but I think they were looking over their shoulder a little bit with a bit of bravado there. We haven't heard much from City fans at all, but I think that's because they're aware that life is not going well for them.
They got no fans.
They got no fans. No fans on ground. Do you want some?
Sorry, guys. Sorry. No fans.
But do you think this is really where we start to see how this is changing now for us as a club? How that top 4, that top 3 is really changing, and United are under Mark Skinner becoming a team that people should be worried about, Sarah?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I'm really excited for next season. I can't wait for next season. I think this is just the start. We didn't expect to be in an FA Cup final. We were hoping for top 3 without necessarily expecting that we would get it after last season and all that. But we definitely didn't expect to be challenging for this title. So they should be very proud of themselves for doing that. It's a really close thing, and yeah, you could say we've still yet to beat Chelsea, and that's a definite hurdle that needs to be overcome in order for us to take that next step. But it's only a matter of time. It's when, not if.
Lanzo, I'm going to pop you in just a second. We're in 5 minutes of injury time at the moment. Nikita Paris has just hit the post. It's unbelievable. It might be coming up on your screen in around about half an hour, Lanzo. We'll see.
I nearly lost the thread of what I was saying there when that happened.
Sorry, that's what I was saying. Sorry.
But I think the goalie just got a little touch on it and just pushed it onto the post. That's the closest we've come.
Keep scoring against Liverpool is just the meme, isn't it?
Just a moment. I want to see. She's going to celebrate. I'm looking forward to that. Chelsea at the moment are into 2 minutes of injury time. Ruka could probably tell us already because she's going to be my cami for the rest of today, due to the fact that she even got this score before it turned up on my Sky Sports app. So either Ruka is the new Mystic Meg, or she's watching something that I'm not. But yeah, she's managed to get hold of that.
My friend, I love you. You know I do. I'll talk to you later on.
There you go.
But we got Champions League, right? Commenting that though as well. Yeah. £100, remember? No, I'm joking.
So Kit Graham has done that, but here's the big news, boys and girls. Arsenal Women 0, Aston Villa 1. Rachel
Who
Daly,
scored?
Rachel Daly,
Oh my
45
God.
plus 2, has just scored against Aston Villa, which is absolutely against Arsenal, sorry, which means obviously City at the moment drawing 0-0, puts them in a little bit of a position there, because if they can get themselves some, I mean, obviously it's a bit of a swing they need. They would need to score about 100 goals, but wouldn't it be entertaining to see them finishing on the same number of points? The Chelsea game is indeed half time. Yep, beat you this time, Ruka. Come on.
We need to take little victories today.
You take my small ones where they come. Absolutely. But yeah, so there we go. Big stuff going on, and absolutely go Rachel. She's been unreal. Every time I think about Rachel Daly, I still cannot get over the fact that when England won the Euros, she was playing left back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What is this? But there we go. So we've got about a minute left of injury time. United not really pressing as much as they could do. We'll get to a little half-time analysis very, very soon. TJ's obviously just seen it as well. Got a piece of Keats' shot, absolutely just turned it onto the post. Otherwise, we would be celebrating a 1-0 lead. So there we go. Well, we've got about 45 seconds left to go. What's your thoughts on how Arsenal have got on this season, guys?
Go on, Sarah.
Yeah, their fans would be very disappointed with how things have got. They've been so unlucky with injuries as well. Like it's really quite shocking the number of ACLs they've had. I almost feel I feel for them. Well, I do feel for them in terms of, those injuries. You never like to see a player get an injury like that. But obviously, I'm delighted that we've now beaten them twice, and so I'm trying not to be too mean and gloat too much, but yeah, it's been a disappointing season for them, I would say.
I'm sorry, my mom said don't. She's an Arsenal fan.
I mean, I didn't mean any of that.
Your mum is a legend.
Sorry about that,
legend. We love Lansdale's mum.
But you know what? I'm gonna gloat because I'm a Reds and United fan.
How does she feel about their season? Is she disappointed?
No, mommy, do you want to come talk? No.
Yes, I did it.
Listen, I'll speak for her. She's retired her Arsenal fandom because she watches Man United women a lot more. Yeah, that's one. No, but you know what? No, on Arsenal, they're gonna come back bigger and stronger next year. I really believe. Miedemar gets you at least 20 goals a season. I know Stina's brilliant, don't get me wrong, but Miedemar gets you at least 20 goals a season. Mead was the best player in the Euros for me. So that is goals. You got Leah Williamson, which is your captain. One problem with Arsenal fans that I would say is that Raffaelli rumored going back to USA. I don't know who you partner. So Megan, if you're in the chat and you're listening, who do you partner Leah with? Because to me, you don't bring back Ruben Moy to partner Leah or Williamson. So we'll see what happens. But Raffaelli, I think, is a big miss. I think she's been brilliant this season. Wasn't expecting it to be a case where the news was breaking that she leaves. However, Arsenal fans, you can stay fourth next season as well, and we love that too.
Good points. Good points. Well made. So Ruka's back in the chat. Here's what she said in response to your thing. Felicitation on your Champions League qualification, but the jury will be out on Skinner. So listen, you're both here. I know you've alluded to it earlier, Lanza. But is the jury really out on Mark Skinner? We take a look at United and how we've been. We formed in 2018. Casey Stoney, fantastic job setting up the club, laying some foundations. And we go on, win the championship at a canter. There was really no worries whatsoever in that game, in that season. We go on to go through the COVID years, finishing fourth every single season, regardless of what was going on. Last season, our closest to finishing in the top three, but this was after Casey had obviously left. So we had a couple of years of Casey. She went on to chase and further her career a little bit more. and sort of left United really in a bit of a situation, feeling like she couldn't take us any further forward, I would assume. And Mark Skinner comes in, didn't have the record that people are thinking of, only managed Birmingham, made an FA Cup final, managed in America for a little bit, not necessarily of major success over there. And as he comes over, takes over the United job, does a reasonable job of getting us to fourth, with people feeling probably a bit let down because we'd looked as if we were going to get third for so long and then we just lost it towards the end. So I can understand people feeling a bit upset about that because it looked for all the world like we were going to make third and it was in our hands and we just didn't have the mentality to cross that line and get the wins. But he's changed that this season. He said he would last season. It seems to have changed this season. The mentality now is that such that we will go against Manchester City and score against them in injury time to get 3 vital points to take a title race to the last day, even if it is Chelsea against Reading and, deep down in your heart, you're not entirely convinced that they're going to put it out of the bag. So he's managed to do that. He's taken us to an FA Cup final, which we narrowly lost and had opportunities to score in and potentially take to extra time. And he's got a qualification for the Champions League. A poor Conti Cup performance, we do have to say that, but is the jury really out on Mark Skinner? Surely if the jury was out on Mark Skinner, they'd be returned really quickly and say, not guilty, Your Honour, because surely the geezer's done a good job this season, hasn't he? And he deserves that extra year to see what he can do with us in the big time.
Well, I say that every United fan wanted Champions League qualification. And we could have been third for that. We're second, really, aren't we? Right? So one, that's good. No one even said we're going to get into a final, which we have. And I'm sorry to say it, Chelsea fans, even though you won, but we were the better side, okay? But it is what it is. You lot won, fair enough. So give Skinner his chance, because remember, this is his first season to say that he shaped our squad. And this is his squad. Give him the chance to shape his squad. And let's go again next season. Because I really believe that we're going to challenge for the WSL next year. I really do. And I could tell that by the way other teams are strengthening their squads. Okay, Champions League is Champions League. It's a hit and miss. It's a one-game opportunity. But I really believe that if we bring in the right players, not saying that the players that we haven't got is not sufficient, but if we bring in the right players, I really believe as well that we can challenge in the Champions League. Now, I'm not saying winning or anything like that because I don't think we're at that level yet. However, I think people need to understand that Man United is a sleeping giant in the WSL. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. We're coming for that title. We're taking over Europe as what we normally do, and we're going to get there. And I really believe it. I really believe it. You know what I mean? I really believe it, yeah.
Sarah, would you echo that, or have you got anything different to say?
Yeah, completely. I mean, if, see how next season pans out, and if his management style next season is not cutting it, then obviously, people absolutely have the right to criticize. But I mean, we have massively overachieved this season, but we've been praising this team. It's been said on this channel, obviously, so often when we do well, it's in spite of him. And, the players get the credit, but why can we not give the manager the credit? And yes, it's I've said before, and I did get slaughtered for this online, but I've said before that it's not that you can't criticize some of his decisions. I have criticized some of his decisions, some of his substitutions, but I think it happens with all managers, like, God, it happened with Fergie, why is he taking so-and-so off? Why is he sold this player, etc., etc. It happens. But it's, it's obviously what he's done has worked. We've had a fantastic season and he deserves the credit for that. It bothers me when people get into this personal territory, spreading rumors about players don't like him or they, criticizing his personality or whatever. Like, it seems fine to me. looking at it, we obviously can't know, but these players seem happy for the most part. I mean, obviously you wouldn't be happy if you weren't getting game time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you don't understand the manager's reasons or decisions.
But I mean, it's a massive jump though, isn't it, Sarah? From a little bit of criticism to telling the world basically you feel like somebody's not the right person for the job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all talk about substitutions. People have mentioned that as being points of contention for Skinner. There's been lots of things that have been thrown at him, some fair, some seemingly very unfair. But like, if we were to put that into context here, this would be the equivalent of me turning around to Connor and saying, now listen, you don't eat your burgers like a normal human being should do. And frankly, I find that to be unacceptable. It's not the behaviour of an elite level person. So therefore, you shouldn't be running All for United. It's got nothing to do with his ability to do that. And I just don't feel, like you say, he's been so successful with this squad. He has changed their mentality. He has brought in players that have done great jobs. You know, Paris scoring more goals than anybody felt like she was going to on Twitter. All of those people that I was looking at and arguing with at the beginning of the season, if I'm brutally honest, I mean, it's now the time to go, I was right. I told you that you couldn't just judge her on 1 year at Arsenal where she wasn't playing much because the manager didn't want her there. And I don't like doing the I told you so, but fully, I'm going to, because I took a lot at that point. Why are you believing in that? She's terrible. I watched the Lyon games. I saw the stuff they were doing there. She was rubbish over there. Well, she's not rubbish here, is she? She's been given a little bit of love. Somebody's put their arm around her, said, go on, Keith, show us what you can do. And look what she's done. She's been brilliant this season. So I just don't feel that people, for supporters, sometimes give enough support to the players before they go for the jugular, which is a bit of a shame, really. But hey, I totally agree with you. If you've not seen anything, by the way, on Twitter, have a little look. Connor's put some bits and pieces up there. He's at the game. There's a couple of chants that are on there at the moment. It sounds like the atmosphere, as ever, at a Manchester United game is right up there. So do feel free. Let's just have a quick look at what some of the commenters are saying. Obviously, we're still waiting. BBC showing the highlights again, mocking us once again. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if Ruka works for the BBC, the amount we keep seeing this getting thrown in front of us, but who knows? Jennifer's put, United signing Miedemar would be epic. Can we ask Chelsea's also put a price on Guru? Sarah, you tell us about me. Well, actually, we're going to get Sarah to talk to us about Guru because Lanzel's already told us what he thinks about Guru, and we'll get Lanzel to talk about Miedemar. Would you take both of those in the squad? And if so, who would you be replacing them with?
Oh, I mean, it's like playing FIFA career mode. You want all these players in your team. It's a fantasy. They're amazing. That's not in doubt. But it's like you said earlier, do they fit in to the team? So, I don't know. And then who would I replace? Yeah, I don't know. There honestly isn't any player in our squad that I've been really unhappy with this season. You can say maybe Tooney hasn't been scoring as many goals or whatever, but does that mean I'm unhappy with her? Absolutely not. So I don't know.
If was to come and play, she'd have to take Goulton's place.
Yeah,
and that's really what I'm getting at. Do you think as much as we all rave about her, because we all look at Guru and go, what a player, she is absolutely amazing, would she displace Leah Goulton in your eyes?
No, I mean, no. I don't think anyone deserves to just displace Leah Goulton after the season she's had, So
totally
I guess that's my answer.
There you go. Lanzel, same for you and me tomorrow.
Well, Sarah, I differ. Someone that's disappointed me is Mary Earps because she's got the most clean sheets in the WSL. Yeah, listen, we have the best goalkeeper in the world. We've got the best team in the world. I don't care what anybody wants to say. However, would I want Miedemar? Yes, of course. She's a luxury signing. Miedemar, Meads, Kerr. When we're in that echelon, the luxury signings. However, Would I want her to come to our team to disrupt our team? No. I like how, listen, there's a lot of talk about disruption, Manchester United, what's going on with the takeover, etc., etc. But you've got to understand that, like, you see, there's a clip that says when Mark said Manchester is red, and all the girls are like, yeah, come on. We've got a good squad. We've got a good team. I'm not saying that we don't need to put people in the squad to better ourselves. However, there's a good team bonding outside of football, and we need to keep that because that's what connects us as well. Like, honestly, people in chat, honestly, when you go to games, etc., when you see these girls come over to you, right, and they win a game, they're the same person. When they lose a game, they don't like losing. They don't like losing, and that comes from myself because sometimes I was a bit critical on Twitter, and I was saying certain things about a player, even though I don't app players or whatever, but I was just saying certain things, which is wrong from me, right? When you see people in the flesh and in general, you're like, listen, no, they're giving their all. They're giving it all. These girls have given their all. Second in the league. Could be first still. Yeah, we've got 45 minutes to play. However, second in the league, at FA Cup final, we would have bit your hand off for that first season. So they've done brilliant. They've absolutely done me proud. They've done us proud. They've done it brilliant.
100%. Just to let everybody know, the Chelsea game obviously only had a 2-minute injury time period. We had 5, so there was obviously going to be a bit of a disparity between kick-off times, and that has happened. So Chelsea have kicked off again. Reading actually attacking and having a couple of shots on goal. So it looks like they've come out with renewed vigour and purpose. And the reason why I mentioned the time difference is because obviously if we do get to a bit of a position where there's just a few minutes left in the game and it's a little bit tight there, we could be in for what Connor has labelled this season as jeopardy. The ball is on the centre spot for Manchester United. Liverpool are in a huddle, so we've not kicked off yet. So there will be a difference of a good 3 or 4 minutes between the two games. So jeopardy is possible, but equally so is us just having fun and a relaxed afternoon. So who knows? But there we go. TJ, just to back up what you're saying, 100%. It's been the best season in the history. We have finished higher than we've ever finished before. We've got more clean sheets than anybody else. We've scored more goals than we've ever scored before. We've conceded less goals than we've ever scored before, unless Liverpool put out an absolute blinder in the second half and just to spite me more than anything else. But we've had all of that. We've got great assists. We've got more goals being scored across other players. We've scored more goals in the last 15 minutes and in injury time and from substitutes than anybody else. The records we've broken this season, absolutely unreal. And that has come under Mark Skinner, not Casey Stoney. So I think this is where, we've said it before, it's ridiculous. Absolutely. And then the poor guy gets absolutely lambasted because he's had, he's clapped people rather than getting up off his seat and going mad. And then we find out 24 hours.
Yeah. I'll say that. And there's a quick thing on that one. I think that was reaching. Yeah. How I'm speaking, not the channel. Lanzel speaking. That's it. That was reaching. Come on. Listen. The guy, was in FA Cup final. He lost. His dad was ill. Yeah. He came out and said his dad was ill. Okay. We didn't know that as fans. Okay. You don't know what the guy is going through. Listen. Yes, I can criticize Skinner about not playing certain players or substitutions or whatever, but you got to understand, he's a good human being. And on top of that, I saw an interview, where I knew that he was getting Manchester United. You've got to listen, Manchester United is a big juggernaut of a club. You've got to settle yourself in. You've got to put your feet in and see what really is. Because, yes, we are demanding as fans. We are. I think he gets that now. Give him 2-3 seasons. Let's see what he does. Because he said this is his first season of structuring his team. We've been second and in a title race because we're still in it, right? And in a FA Cup final. So give him that choice. Give him that choice.
Absolutely, totally agree. And TJ pops on as well by saying we likely just got second with a 7th ranked budget too, and that's exactly that. So we're doing incredibly well. Ruka says, I'd like to see how he handles your team being in 4 competitions. So would I. And again,
Sorry,
bring up
it's my friend, right? You see her, yeah? I'm telling you. She's a little
right,
troll, you know, little Chelsea troll.
But she's not wrong, because I don't think we handled being in 3 competitions very well this season.
That's it.
Because we managed it with 2, but the Conti Cup, I mean, that was an abomination.
Yeah.
It really was, because we made so many changes, and those changes did not help us because that team weren't gelling together. They weren't playing at their level they needed to play at, and we didn't perform as well as we could have done. That could just be a blip, but we didn't do well in the Conti Cup. And if that's the squad that we're relying on, what then happens is you then go into Europe, you're going to play your best team in Europe. So you're then potentially, and this is what Fergie used to do so well, would be to rely on some of those squad players to play in these games against Reading, Leicester, Everton. And the thing that would worry me, I wouldn't want those players to be making those silly mistakes at the end of games that then mean we don't do well in the league and don't get Champions League again. That depth in its situation needs to be dealt with, which is exactly what TJ says here. Starting 11 is much too thin for multiple competitions, so it will need to change next season for sure. And I would agree.
Barry and Sarah, I've got one question, if that's okay, please.
Yeah.
Mannion is out of contract, right? She's had 2 injuries, hasn't she? She's had an ACL, and then I think she's got a knee injury apparently, so she couldn't play. Well, everyone in the chat, let's get involved. Put a poll up. Do we keep Mannion or do we sell her?
I'd keep Mannion all day long. That's an easy question. 100%.
So would I. Yeah, right. And I'm trying to put my Irish bias aside, but I would because when she's come back, she's, you know, there are games when she's been sensational, so she offers a lot.
And I think the knee thing is only a minor thing. I don't think it's one that's not going to keep her out of the World Cup. You're going to get knocks.
No, thank God.
I would feel pretty positive that she would do all right. Yehuda has popped on. Sorry not to have got you, mate. We've had so many conversations. There you are. So Yehuda's here. Full of praise for Lansdale. Nothing for me. Cheers, Yehuda. Appreciate that.
Yehuda, can you comment for my good friend Sarah and Barry, please? Yeah, Barry's got the one-liners, and Sarah is Irish, and we love it. So let's go. Come on.
I don't need it, Lansdale. The fact they turn up at all surprises me every week, so I'm more than happy with that. The fact I can see double figures makes me smile. Absolutely. I hope Yehuda's watching the match. And yes, indeed, he found a reasonable stream that was legal, of course. Unfair, they have the nerve to criticise Skinner for how he celebrates a goal. 100%, I agree with that. Jennifer, going back to the Paris situation, says she's smiling, others are not. I agree. James Babinda, the ruthless Chelsea fan, says Miedemar, Fortuna and Goulton from the bench would be lethal. Absolutely. Imagine, and this is what I'm talking about, having those people on the bench.
But James, Miedemar wouldn't be for Toon or Goulton. Sorry, Barry. Sorry.
Okay, go.
James, love you to bits, mate. But Miedemar wouldn't be on Toon and Goulton are not going to be on the bench for Miedemar. It'll be Russo. It'll be Russo, or it'll be Williams, or it'll be a Thomas or something like that. So Toon and Goulton are not going to be benched for us. Yeah, they are star girls. That's it. We love them. That's it. So love your comment, my friend. Keep commenting. I love the interaction. Get the interaction in. Let's go.
TJ, controversial statement. Guru is one of the few he would rate over Leah. So we had that conversation.
Oh, my friend.
On the field. Yehuda thinks it's way too early to know about transfers. Surely most of the deals will get done after the World Cup. You would think so. Then you look at Chelsea. They get their business done nice and early so they can all have a proper rest and aren't worrying about things. So who knows? Champions League changes everything. Top players make a difference. You're not wrong about that, Jennifer. Yehuda, I normally don't like the speculations of transfer season. Just let me know when something's done and that's it. I am with you, Yehuda. I hate transfer season. I'm going into hiding, only coming out for conversational shows. I'm sure Conor will ask my opinion. I get wound up with me for another month, and then we'll have to wait until August when I start showing my value to the channel again. But there we are.
I would say something on signing players after the World Cup. I can't remember which manager said it, or was it, you can be too reactive and sign a player based on a great World Cup, and then they might underperform for the rest of the season. So they'll already have their eye on who they want and who they think can improve the team based on their form over time.
Absolutely. You're not wrong. We've got some new people in the chat. Nice to see you. Kate.
Hello, Kate. Hello.
Hello, Kate. Nice to see you here. And Sonny. Proud of our girls no matter
Hello,
what.
Sonny.
So lovely to have both of you there. And I think we'll all agree with that, whatever happens there. And that's why I think this is always going to be such a relaxed stream. I mean, we're doing a watch along. There's been a couple of things to talk about. We have just had a little header that's gone past the post. I think we've got a corner coming up now.
We're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. I'm telling you. It is what it is. Yeah.
Well,
Liverpool
now.
Don't beat us. We're going to beat them. Simple. We are the
top
dogs.
About to take a corner,
it is what it is.
But she's done short. Or cheeky, taken around the defence, pop to the back. Kicks along the ground, but the goalkeeper has kicked it away. Zellam's got it back up again in a more traditional position, giving it to VBR, back to Zellam, but we're sort of coming away from goal now. So, popped in. Letitia over the top. Go on. Oh, Keats. The ball's landed just in front of her, but was not quite able.
Next season, I'm saying it now. Clip me again on clips. Next season, Keats gets at least 10 goals. At least 10 goals.
Well, it's a good job it didn't go in, Lanzel, because I would have gone ever so slightly mad and then it would have been offside. It's not necessary to see that. But yes, Sonny, good to have you in, and we all agree with that as well. Yehuda says, I think the most important thing is that the connection between fans and team, the team we love, have for those girls. It's grown even more. Ruka, thank you. I had just spotted this, but there we go.
2-2.
Equalised, and it is Bethany England again on the score.
I told you to talk to Beth England to tell her to come to United. I told you. I told you. Listen, sorry. It's my friend. That's why.
Yehuda, what's the key, do you think, to handle 4 competitions? As we just said, I think, and discussed, it seems to be the whole idea of squad depth. Without the squad depth, it's going to be tricky. We might come back to that in a second, but Ruka is correct. Villa have scored a second goal against Arsenal, and that was Aisha Lehman who has got that one.
I'll tell you one thing though, chat, yeah, and everyone involved. So went to the FA Cup final, you right? I see Lucy stand, yeah. I turned into the biggest fanboy.
You're a Stan.
I am a Stan. I was Stan, Barry. I swear to God. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, Lucy Stan. So she looked at me. She said,
it's really hard not to do it.
Mate.
It's really hard not to do it.
I tell you that proper Stan, honestly.
Going back to your Mannion question, TJ says absolutely she has to be re-signed all day, every day. Sonny would keep her also. Yehuda says I'm all right. I'll take that, Yehuda. That's fine. He follows it up with the other, you all know that, and I do. City have scored apparently, according to Cammy. Let's have a check, Cammy. Who was it?
It doesn't matter. They're not getting Champions League.
Well, not the minute they're not. Of course, it's Bunny Shaw. Who else was going to score?
Sarah, one question. Do we keep Bagley or do we keep Ramsey?
I
know.
Yeah, do we or will we? Well, should we?
Yeah, should we? What we say?
I personally would rather Ramsey, but I don't know if we will keep her.
Right, I agree with you. I would rather Ramsey. But does Ramsey want to be a number 2? I don't know. But I would rather Ramsey because I know that's the future. I see the future Mary Earps in Ramsey. That's what I feel. Yeah, and that's my own opinion, chat, our people. Yeah, so it's not this channel's opinion, it's my own opinion, please. I'm
not convinced. We're all the channel, don't worry about that. Unless you say something libelous or slanderous, mate. Don't worry too much about it. I can't.
What do you think, Barry?
At the moment, I'll just keep it as it is. Unless whoever we sign is going to have to be a backup to Mary.
Yeah. Mary, yeah, definitely.
So whoever it is, is just going to be that second.
But
And
I just think that Ramsey is a better backup. That's what I'm saying because I just listen. I've seen, and again, I don't want to go to the men's team, but you see with the slander with De Gea and etc. etc.
it's just going to butt in here. Sorry, because there's been a bit of an issue in the goal line. Got a bit of a clash. It doesn't look good for the goalkeeper. She's holding her back, and she's not looking too pleased. Not our goalkeeper, the Liverpool goalkeeper, but Zellum just does what she does, sticks the ball over. I think that was Zellum. It might be Letitia, but Russo there, challenging for the ball as you would expect her to. She's gone straight into the goalkeeper, and yeah, she sort of landed on her back a little bit there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, she's going to be okay. But that is a bit of a landing, and she's taken a bit of a jolt there. So
she's probably winded. Yeah.
But sorry, Lanzel, carry on.
No, I was just saying, I won't dwell on it too much, but I was just saying that I would rather Ramsey, if Ramsey was willing to just learn of Mary, I think we've got a goalkeeper for great days, great, you know. But let's just see what happens. And she's brilliant at penalties, so I love her to
Very
bits.
true.
But let's just see what happens. But then again, we haven't seen Sophie in her element. That's the thing. And we've got a young, brilliant goalkeeper in South Middleton. Patel. She is going to be a great. Clip it up, guys.
Exactly.
She is a United, and she's going to be a great. You know?
This is the thing. It's hard as a second goalkeeper because you've just got to pop in and just play the occasional game. You know, it's rare that they're going to get as a goalkeeper a long stint unless there's a big injury that takes place. And that's a hard thing for them to do, to just pop in every now and again and sort of stay warm. So we shall see. TJ said not a huge fan of Miedemar at the 10 or at the wing for that matter, but she's a world-class 9. And 100%, I think we could do with that. Somebody to replace or start ahead of Russo. Toon has no production, my friend. Miedemar likes playing as a 10, not as a 9. Well, there we go then.
James, are you trolling us today? James, you're trolling us, aren't you?
Yeah.
Listen, Toonie is our girl, yeah? All right? Toonie is, listen, becoming world class, yeah? But she's a very good player. Stop it, James. But I love you to bits. Thank you.
So TJ goes along with that. Seeing that, I still think Arsenal is scoring more there at the 9. England over Russo, in my opinion. You'll get told off for being lioness.
For now. James again. James, DM me. Honestly, what's going on here?
It depends, because you say if Beth England was to come to United, then if she listened to your pleas, she goes home, watches this back, sees you saying come home. Who would you play, England or Russo?
No. She starts, mate. She starts. So I'm telling you straight up. She starts. That's it. Listen, Beth gives us 20-25 goals production with the amount of chances that we create. People underestimate the season we've had. Our chances, we create at least 20 chances a game. Beth converts at least 10, 15.
Would you put England over Russo if she was to come to the club?
I'd start her and see how she does. You know, a bit of competition isn't a bad thing.
Thank you, Sarah.
You know, if you want those strikers competing with each other, well, I'll score more goals than you. I mean, that's only going to benefit us. So I'd give it a go.
Thank you.
I famously said 12 months ago, Leslie Russo is a better striker than Beth England and should be starting and playing more for the Lionesses. She scored more off the bench than Beth England did starting in those games, but not the Euros, obviously, beforehand. But it was a very, very, very close run thing. So it'd be very interesting to see
Barry and Sarah, would you take Rachel Daly now?
I would take any proven striker at this point.
Hold on.
Any proven striker. For one season?
No. I mean, on one season, what she's done now, would you take her now?
Well, yeah, because I think she was good at scoring even last season. I think she's generally been all right. I don't think there's ever been in doubt that she can score goals. She's just had an absolute monstrous season. And if she can do that for Aston Villa, imagine what she could do, as you've just said, for us when we're making so many chances. Ball's on the edge of the box at the moment. It's on her. Wonderful on her.
Come on.
Don't worry too much. It's been deflected and put into the arms of the goalkeeper. Mild excitement there. Let's all just calm back down and sit ourselves back in our seats. Okay, where are we? So squad depth, only good if the players can slot in seamlessly, which is what we are saying. In terms of the backup goalkeeper, TJ has said to you, doesn't have a strong opinion on our backup goalkeeper. I think it's hard to do that. Jennifer said keep both of them. To which James, I think he is trolling us based on this comment. You guys have to sign Mary first. I'm fairly certain she's got an extension.
Exactly.
So got this
James,
option. She's here next season, whatever happens, James.
I love it, but we've got an extension on Mary. She's staying for one more season.
She will sign.
She's going to sign, my friend.
100%. You heard it here first.
Love you to bits, though, James. Love ya.
She said herself she wants to play in the Champions League, and that's what she's going to do.
And we're there now. So why not sign the contract? She's got, listen, in the nicest way, we made her. You know, she had everything that was going on. She was doing well. She was in the England team. Her career took a bit of a hit. It's United that gave her that confidence to play again, and the platform on which she's played on. Mary strikes me as the sort of person who would take that into consideration when thinking about a new contract in Champions League. She's the best goalkeeper in the world, and she's achieved that like at Manchester United. Why would you want to move anywhere else which could rock that boat potentially, and you're not guaranteed to be the starter? She could stay here for the rest of her career, and she would be the starter at this club. I believe that in my.
And one more other thing as well. One more other thing as well, Barry, right? And Sarah, sorry. David De Gea came to listen. He came to see the women's team. We've got David De Gea as the Golden Glove. Mary as the Golden Glove. Listen, rivals, I understand, but United is back. That's it.
United is back, and they're also back in the box at the moment with a little
Come
cross.
On, let's go!
Just keep getting in the bleeding way. Go! Just move. Goodness me. Why can't they just let us score? What's wrong with these people in red?
I don't know what they're doing.
They need to hire a choreographer, Liverpool.
Don't they?
So all move to the left.
Van der Sanden, to be fair, she's a good player.
I'm telling you, mate, there's more crosses at the moment on this pitch than there was on my maths homework when I was 7. It's ridiculous. Goodness me. Anywho, right, what have we got? Where are we? We signed plenty of players, just got to sign the ones that Skinner's trusts.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. This is what I just said. Absolutely. She's got the option, and that will be extended because that's what sensible football teams do, and that's what we are. Yehuda is fangirling at this moment.
My brother, I saw you. I love you too. I love you too. Trust me. Love ya.
With Champions League next season, I'd absolutely bring England. Totally agree. I can't disagree with that. As I said, any proven striker would be a good idea right about now. The immediate present, I'd say England's a better 9, but unless she has a great potential over the next 5 years, I'd also agree with that. Yehuda's suggesting bringing Rambo back. Rambo returns. Sylvester Stallone's got one more film in him. Why not? Good rotation, maybe, for cup games. Absolutely. And yes, listen, you knew what to expect when you came onto the stream, TJ. If you don't be shocked that I've come out with all these little gags and things now. We've been doing it for a year.
And Barry, one more thing, yeah? Bald heads all day.
I'm so pleased that Fang is nowhere near us because the hairline score would be atrocious today. She's back. It is Casemiro wearing 19 for Liverpool. She's absolutely convinced. And they subbed off Van der Sanden. Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
So
that's
Liverpool
good.
They want to give it to us. They want to give
it. The threat is gone now. The threat is gone. The threat is gone. That's it. Simple.
I really hope so.
Kiernan is a good striker, but the threat is gone now. That's it.
What a save that is by Mary Earps. Catch it, Mare. Well done. Rises above them. Liverpool taking a moment there, but Mary Earps just showing why she's the best in the world. And whilst that's going on, Chelsea. Oh, I thought Chelsea had scored again. Don't worry, they haven't. I thought it was a bit odd because Ruka, Cammy would have been in, having said something and she hadn't yet. They were just showing the goals again. So there we go. good time to catch up. It is currently Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 2. Brighton and Leicester, nothing happening there. I think they've accepted that Reading are going to lose. And
Excuse
so
me,
all right.
Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 2?
That's what I said. Yeah, would you want to repeat that? Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 2. Wow. I can reword that. Third place, Arsenal 0. Fifth place, Aston Villa 2.
And Barry, remix it.
Remix. Where's your second place gone?
Where's your second place gone, Gunners? Mom, sorry, wait.
Is Lancel about to get a smack from his mum?
Apparently, I'm not getting no dinner today.
That was always a danger. I think it was the fact you egged me on, if I'm honest with you, Lancel. But there we go. Other news, City have scored again. It is 2-0 to City. Lauren Hemp, another great left-sided player who has scored there. Oh, so hang on. And another 3-0. Bunny Shaw's scored again. Maybe, Sarah, could you just Google quickly what's going on with the top scorer situation in WSL? Because with Daly scoring and Shaw scoring, I'm really not sure what the...
I think Shaw's over. Hold on.
That's what I mean. So I'd love to know who's getting the golden boot. But yeah, that's where we are. And just so that everyone's got the up-to-date understanding of what's going on, it's a bit more tense than you might imagine. Arsenal obviously losing 2-0 means that their goal difference is 33. With City winning in the manner that they are, they're on 27. It only needs a 6-goal swing as it stands. So, if Arsenal concede any more against Villa, which is possible, who knows? It's about as close to jeopardy as we've had today. That's for sure. So, what is the golden boot situation, guys?
I hope this is the up-to-date one. It looks like it's daily.
I second that, Sarah. That's what I got as well.
Yeah.
I hope it's up to date
21.
as well. I've got it as daily as well, yeah.
There we go. So it's looking like it could be daily, but Bunny Shaw giving it a go. I see the United fans are up in arms at the moment, cheering, and that's because Nikita Paris has come off. Not in the negative way. What's up with you people? Get a grip of yourself. They're giving her a standing ovation because she's been brilliant. And at this moment in time, I can also tell you that Charlie Coxon would be going absolutely mental as well because Rachel Williams has just come on. So it's Toon coming off along with Paris. We've got Garcia and Williams on. So that's where our goal is coming from. All of you that were saying we were going to win 5 or 6-0, we're going to have to do it in really a short amount of time now.
That's a question that I got, Barry. That's a question I got for Barry and Sarah. What do you think? So, Rachel Williams has always come on. No, not always, but mostly now. Sorry, go on. Sorry. I
thought Garcia was about to unleash the trigger. Somebody else got there in front of her.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. What it is Rachel has always, not always, but mostly now come on for Toon in the 10. People think that she's playing in the 10. Do you think we're playing 4-4-2 when Williams comes on?
You go, Sarah.
I don't know. Honestly. I'm not great
because we've got Russo there, we've got Williams there.
Yeah.
We have Leo on the left. Now we've got Garcia on the right, and then we've got Zelly and Borisa in the mid.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not a 4-2-3-1. It's
hard to tell. I'm never really sure what Skinner's doing with his formation. Sometimes he does like to play tricks on us, but I don't know. I think he would move Leslie more to the right or move her out to the wings a bit more, rather than I think he likes his sort of 4-3-3 formation or the 4-1-2-2-1 sort of game that we've got. So yeah, I think with Russo and Williams, he prefers to replace them like for like generally. So it's a bit strange, obviously, with Russo not being on. I think we'll now see Williams taking up the Toon role as she did the game against Chelsea. And obviously Garcia will be on the right, which is where we need to be. We've got the Spanish connection, possibly one last time.
Oh, don't say that.
Ball's come over. Oh my goodness. Go on. It's there. Come on.
Come on. Let's go.
behind, so I'll give it in the
4-0.
moment reaction. Oh, yes. That's
Come
lovely.
on.
Let's go.
Lucia Garcia, she came to us from
Let's
Spain.
go.
She came to Man United to cause the Scousers pain.
Come on. Let's go.
What a goal it is, by the way. Have you seen it, Sarah?
Yep.
Take us through it.
Go on, Sarah. Let's
They're
go.
about to replay it, so I think they will. So, it's kind of, it reminds me. We'll see if it does now. It reminds me a little bit of the one she scored against City. Well, not quite the same, but just the way she hits it. Yeah, it looks like a similar kind of.
She missed it the first time on purpose to make everyone think she was
Oh
going
my God! Replay! Oh, Lucia Garcia! Come on! Come on!
Yeah, that was lovely.
Lovely!
She's like, never mind, I'll just do
lovely.
exactly the same thing again.
It was a chef's kiss.
It was good, wasn't it? Over the top, brilliant ball.
And
Alan, yeah,
better as a sub than a starter.
I agree.
I'm just saying
She
it
is-
now.
yeah.
I'm just saying it now.
I agree.
She
That
is.
ball, like she
She's
comes
brilliant.
in, she kicks it over the top with her left foot, misses it entirely with her left foot, and then does the real shot. Brilliant. Well, there we go. So we have the goal that the game has deserved, to be honest.
4-0. It's still 4-0.
Hey,
We just started. It's still 4-0.
loads of time. All we need now, kids, like genuinely, all we need now is a goal from Reading. And we're going to all of a sudden be on 10 for it.
Rachel Rowe would not let me down. She's going to score a screamer. She's going
So
to
there we
score
go.
a screamer. Come on.
Right.
Come on, Reading. Let's go. Reading, you're down the road from me. Let's go. Come on.
Yehuda's happy, which is good news. Jay, now my game stream is behind you all. You'll know. When we know, you'll know. There we go. People loving you. Repeat the score again. I'm not sure which one they want us to repeat. So I'll go with it. We've currently got Liverpool 0, Manchester United 1. But it could have also been that he wanted me to repeat Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 2, because that is the obvious that we have also been speaking about. Sorry, Lanzel's mum.
And she
must be
laughed as well.
no,
She can hear you, Barry.
take away for Lanzel. Uber Eats.
Did you hear it? Did you hear that?
I didn't. What did she say?
She goes, go on, tell them.
Barry, you're not sorry.
She goes, Barry, you're not sorry. Listen.
She's not wrong. I'm not sorry.
I swear, Dad. She watches more Man United women games than Arsenal. I'm sorry, chat, but it is what it is.
I've already said your mum's a legend, and I've seen her at the football games that we're at.
Love her
So
to bits.
we all
Love
know
her.
where her loyalty's lie.
And that's why I say the Reds, we're a community. We love each other. We bring each other in. Honestly, we're a community. So we have fun and some jokes, and we laugh about things. Obviously, it's a Man United channel, but we're a community. So love,
Absolutely.
like, comment, and subscribe, people.
100%. It's just all about the respect that we have for one another, which is good. Jennifer's gone. We're going to have Lanzel every week. Now, listen.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.
I'm telling you now, it's not for the want of trying. This man is hard to pin down. The fact that we got him today.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
So, yeah,
honestly, they're brilliant people. Honestly, they are brilliant people. Brought me in, brilliant people. I've seen them face to face, everything. I don't want to give too much hairs on Barry's head because he's taking my hair off. But no, honestly, brilliant people. Love them all to bits. Love every Man United fan. And yeah, it's lovely. So I'll be on here and there, but not every week. But thank you, Jennifer, for your comments.
There you go. We'll get him on, and don't forget, we will absolutely make sure that you know when Lanzel's coming, just in case. So there we go. TJ said, I'd rather have Rachel at the 9, Lanzel. But I can see not wanting to take off Leslie.
Okay.
And that the formation change sort of calls for a formation change. We haven't seen 4-4-2 for a long time, to be fair. Ruka did manage to tell us there was a goal in the game we're watching. So thank you for that one, Ruka.
It's my friend. Sorry. I do love it.
He's been a welcome addition to the channel. TJ got a bit excited there. And indeed it is Lucia Garcia. Garcia, sorry, who scored the goal. Super sub. Absolutely, people going a little bit crazy. What a star she is. The number 6 on Liverpool got screened by Galton. Let Lucia be wide open on her shot. Absolutely. And a direct ball over the top. So
Galton's off now for Thomas.
Indeed.
Thomas,
So how do we feel about Martha Thomas's season so far? It's not been the most impactful. I think she was more impactful last season. How do we think she's got on this season? And do we see her staying beyond this season?
I think she's been really great at times. Like she seems to be really doing quite a bit now. She's getting stuck in. She's had, I think early on in the season, she had a few really good games, good goals scored as well. I think it was Everton in the Conti Cup. She looked really impressive down the wing that game. But yeah, would have liked to see a bit more of her. It's hard to know if she will stay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like her as a player.
Lanzel, Martha, how are you feeling?
Controversial. I think we played her in the wrong position. Martha's not a right winger. I think Martha's a striker. I think love her as a player, love her as a person, love her as a human being. Heard her interviews, wish her the best. I think she leaves because we're evolving as a club and we're moving on. However, if Tottenham are hearing me now, you go and get Martha Thomas next to Beth England. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Little swap deal. Beth for Martha.
Yeah, because I want Beth England. But Martha is brilliant. She's brilliant. She's a brilliant human being.
We're 79 minutes into the game. I've only just opened the snacks that I bought specifically for the game, which is the Walker Sensations lime and
Where's your fork and knife then, Barry? Where's your fork and knife?
We should use a fork and knife.
Sorry, Connor. Sorry.
Have a word. Crisp. Outrageous.
I couldn't believe it. Sorry, Connor. I love you.
Mate, I can't believe it either. Tell me about it. What has TJ put here? Martha's good at creating chances, but she really needs to improve putting shots in the net. Been that way for 2 seasons now. And yes, I think that could potentially be an issue. He says, honestly, I would move on, but I don't want to upset her fans. Well, don't worry about it too much. Now, Jennifer's got a big thing about the smiles at the moment. She said that I adore Martha always smiling. Literally, conversely, just a few moments earlier, we've got a Liverpool player down at the moment. She's not looking too good. I hope she's okay. Let's just get the replay. It's Rachel Williams. That should explain everything you need to know. Committed challenge for the ball. And, she's head-batted the back of her head. Yes, that's going to hurt. And then the other one's got caught as well. And she's the one who falls down. So she's moving now, so that's all good. But yeah, Lucia scores and Toon has another thunder face. Did you notice that, guys?
I did, because of what, it was, we were talking a bit about it earlier, but honestly, I think it's just another, maybe she's frustrated she didn't score a goal or something, she's hard on herself. Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into it.
How long with that, Lanzel?
Does Messi have a thunder face when he comes off?
Does Messi look like he's got a thunder face? I don't know. I can't see him under the cameras.
Right. Does Ronaldo have a thunder face when he comes off?
Oh,
does
always.
Neymar have a thunder face when he comes off?
Yeah.
Does Mbappe have a thunder face when he comes off? She's a star girl. Listen, Tooney's fine. But I think she needs a break. That's it. But she's fine. She's fine. Don't worry about it. She loves United. She bleeds red. That's it. Simple.
There you go. Yehuda is a big fan of how TJ is writing Lucia's name in the Spanish style with the pronunciation put in there. And absolutely wrecking ball Rachel Williams. There could be a song in there. You came in like a Williams. That could be quite good. I feel it.
Barry, you stopped it. I was going there. Barry. What's going on?
I hadn't thought of the second line. I literally made it up on the spot. There's got to be something in there. The thing is that wrecking ball rhymes with all and goal and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, let's have a score check. Lanzel's mum might want to close her ears. It's Arsenal 0, Aston Villa 2. But there is a goal. There is a goal at Broadfield Stadium, the home of Brighton and Hove Albion. You would hope it would have had the sort of connotations that would make Reading go, oh, it doesn't. Leicester have scored. They are 1-0 up. Ava Baker with the goal. And that basically means that Reading are gone. It would mean Brighton finishing 11th at this position. So, yeah, not really much for Reading to fight for, unfortunately. Obviously, we're winning 1-0. City, they were 3-0 up. It's now 3-1. Lucy Hope has given hope to Everton, but not much hope, to be honest with you. And, of course, Reading are still losing 2-0 against Chelsea, who are looking comfortably at the moment like they are going to be lifting the WSL trophy for, was it the 3rd or 4th year in a row? Which is boring. Yeah. Boring. It's boring. Can somebody else win it for a change?
I know.
So there we are. And, of course, West Ham 2, Spurs 2 in what seems to be the game of the day. So,
Ref England, come on. I'm begging you now.
Are you a fan of hers?
Yeah.
I wasn't getting that impression at all.
I'm not entirely convinced he likes her at all, to be honest with you.
I will say actually about Toon, the camera seems to be focusing on Toon a lot here on the sidelines.
Okay.
I don't know what that's about.
Sorry, Sarah. Sorry about that. But she's a Chelsea fan. It's my friend, obviously.
Yeah, you crack on. I don't want to talk about Chelsea. Go on, Sarah. What are you saying about Suni?
It's just, I obviously don't know what the commentary is saying, but camera keeps focusing on her there on the sidelines. She seemed to be holding her leg or something.
Okay.
She was, I don't know whether maybe she took a knock or something.
But that could be it. And this is the thing. I mean, we're watching it without commentary. I've got no idea if Jennifer would have heard commentary with, there's the 3rd goal for Chelsea. I can see it now. And it was rubbish, just like the second one, if I can say so, Ruki. Because Kerr had a shot, the goalkeeper saved it, went straight back to Kerr, and she just put it back in again. So, nightmare. But there we go. Nobody cares about Chelsea. The Toon thing, if she's got a knock and she's sitting there feeling like she's going to be injured and it's potential, very close to the World Cup, that would be a reason to be coming off and not looking great, wouldn't it? To be thinking, well, I don't want to miss the World Cup, even if you're burnt out, even if you want to represent your country, to have that taken away from you would be pretty poor. So could that be an explanation for why she's not feeling so great?
Could be. I mean, I don't know why there'd be so much focus on her from the camera person, if something wasn't going on or,
No, good point. I do have to correct myself. It wasn't the save from the goalkeeper. It came off a post, which might as well be the same thing at this point. Because the goalkeeper's not keeping them out, is she? So there we go. Weird. Did they say why Tooney stretched on the sideline after coming off? To be fair, she was also talking to someone with an iPad. Very interesting things that we are on there. I was wondering the same thing. Absolutely, it's a bit odd. Yes, it was Sam Kerr. The Lionesses have a bit of an injury crisis. And, I mean, listen, there is still in your game 1 minute and 20 seconds plus injury time. So, 4 goals have been scored in less. So, hang on a minute. No, they didn't score again. Good. I thought that would have been a bit odd. But there we are. Listen, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, Ruki. Lanzel, is it true that you... Ooh, what a shot that was from Liverpool. Would have been awesome if it was a rugby match. You got a little surprise for us, you say, Lanzel?
Yeah, yes. So if you haven't seen her already, let's go. Come on. I know you're losing, but come on. wait.
I wonder if I need to hide here.
So, chat, this is my mother.
It's Mrs. Lanzel. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Lovely to see you. Brilliant. Thanks for sharing your boy with us today. It's been awesome.
Okay. You see, I'll have to make sure that I come on all the time now.
Yeah, absolutely. We prefer you to Lanzel anyway.
Yeah. Bye, all the best.
Thank you. Amazing.
And there you go. That's an exclusive. My mother, guys.
Right? Unreal. We love. I've said it already. Your mum's a legend. We love Lanzel's mum. What's this about?
Oh.
Not ready, mate.
Lisa Nelson has just come on.
There's only a minute of injury time to
Listen,
be
my
played.
friend. Yeah, listen. You need to be nice. I'll ring you later on. Stop it. I know Chelsea are winning. Stop it now.
We have a Lisa sighting. Has just been said by TJ there. James is laughing, and you can think about why. Ruki said hi to Lanzel's mum, and she has said it's full time. I thought it would be. They've got 23 seconds on my iPad to go. What I will tell you is that iPad is now being turned off because I have absolutely no desire whatsoever to watch Chelsea lifting that once again. It was bad enough last season, if you don't mind, when I had to sit there and watch it live along with the ladies. So we ain't doing that again right now. Leslie Russo has come off for Lisa Nelson. What are we thinking about Lisa Nelson and what she could provide for us? We spoke a little bit about Cascarino. This is another one who we paid money for, had a bit of an injury, so hasn't been able to show her impact this season. How do we feel that Lisa might fit into the midfield three going forward? Don't all jump on
that.
Well, I'm hoping she'll get us some goals. She looked, for the time that we did see her, who were we playing? It wasn't Durham, was it? No. It was FA Cup.
It was FA Cup.
I think it was just after the Durham game.
Yeah. Well, she looked really good on the ball, you know, plenty of attacking threats. So, yeah, I mean, we're not exactly struggling for goals, but, you know, I'm hoping she might be able to contribute. It's hard to say. I mean, she wasn't a player I was familiar with before we signed her, but we've obviously signed her for a reason. So,
would you go along with that, Lanzel?
I think she plays next season. We broke the bank for the Norwegian. We paid I think £186,000 for her. That's the Norwegian transfer market, whatever, for the highest bank player in Norwegian league.
Nice transfer fee from Norway.
Exactly. Right. I haven't got anything to say at the moment. I haven't seen enough of her. I don't know. I'm just hearing a lot of like, she's like this, she's like that. I don't know what it is. In the game that we played her in the FA Cup, she looked very composed, very good. But I just don't know what it would be moving forward. So we'd have to see her next season. I think Lisa's season is next season.
No, absolutely. I think that's a fair point made by one and all there. It's one of those, isn't it? Ultimately, you have got to see them play. You can't just make a snap judgment. Little fun fact for you, Vilda Risa has just been voted the player of the match.
You see? Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a Vilda fan. I'm a Vilda stan. I love her to bits. I love United more than Vilda. Let's be real, yeah? However, I love this girl. This girl needs to be playing more. She needs to be playing more. I'm sorry. Mark will do it though, because if you listened and you read what he was saying in the interview, then you can understand what Mark is saying. Not just a snippet on Snapchat, people. That's what I'm saying. Or on Twitter, sorry. That's what I'm saying.
Very true. What I will say though is that obviously we have Vilda playing today. And it's a 1-0 scoreline. You know, obviously we're into injury time.
Barry, stop it. Barry, I'm your friend. Stop it.
my question is purely going to be, do we think that had we started with Ladd instead of Risa, could there have been a difference in the scoreline? Because we've obviously tried to put a more attacking side forward. And I think we've done that once before this season and we only got a 1-0 win. Is it a potential that we're not really designed to be that attacking side with the two in front of Zellum, rather than it being the Ladd and Zellum partnership with an attacking midfielder in front? Do we think that is potentially something that the club's just not used to? Because I can't think of any other reason for it. It's not that we're not playing well. She's done well. It's not nothing against her. It's just a genuine question. Is it that we are better with 2 behind the 10 rather than that? Or is it better to have 2 10s and the single pivot that is Katie Zellum? Or are we in a situation there where actually we have to say, and I don't think this personally because everybody knows that I'm a Zellum stan for want of a better term, but, do we need a stronger person than Katie Zellum if we're going to play the single pivot there? Because it's not yielding loads of goals, is it?
Go on, Sarah, you take that one.
I don't know. I mean, I was just thinking that if Lad had started the game and the scoreline was the same, then people would have been saying if we'd played Vilda, it might have. So it's hard to predict. Because she is a player that can get goals. Just I don't know. Maybe it's just this particular game, or it's funny because just as you said that, she put a ball into the box, and I was thinking now she's gonna, she's gonna get an assist. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not great on this.
Yeah, 12 goals against bears repeating. Surely our midfield gets some of that credit, and I'll have to agree. You're playing 2 in front of the defence. It does help with that. Is this part of the thing? Is having a Zellum and Lad midfield partnership the trade-off that you have to have? Because we've scored more goals than we have at any other point in the seasons. So it's not. We can't say it's holding us back. Equally, we've conceded less goals, so we can't say that. We haven't conceded any against Liverpool today either yet. But we are in a situation where I've got to throw that one in, Lansdale, otherwise they'll score in the next 90 seconds. That one word just guaranteed us.
We're winning. Liverpool listen, I'm sorry, Liverpool. I love you lots to bits. No, I don't. But
no, you don't.
We're not. You're not scoring against us. You're not. I'm sorry. I'll leave that in there. And it's my own opinions only, please.
But hey, listen, beyond all that, I mean, hasn't Jennifer got this spot on? 2 points difference. I mean, unless Liverpool get an equaliser now in the next 50 seconds, 2 points different, just beat Chelsea once, and we were the champions. You know what? Not even that. Could you imagine if we hadn't drawn against Everton? If we hadn't drawn against Everton, or if we'd have beaten City, one of those 2 draws, if we'd have had just one of those as the win, we would be level on points with Chelsea right now. And this would have been a much tighter competition. Well, I think, who knows? Maybe that might have made it a slightly different proposition, having to go out and get more goals. And I think that's probably in their mind today, that they were trying to get the 6. So actually, when you're trying to get the goals, you're going to try extra hard. You're not just playing your natural game. You're thinking, we've got to score more, The more time goes on, the more pressure you feel. But what a season, eh?
Go on, Sarah. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, we can all say what if, and it will still be talked about, like Chelsea's the final hurdle, beating them. But yeah, the Everton game, apologies for that, by the way, because I cursed the team that day with my presence. But yeah, I mean, that was around the time we were talking about how worrying it was that we weren't able to put chances away, and what effect is that going to have on the rest of our season. So yeah, I hadn't thought about it till you said it, but I think that game could have been a turning point if the result had gone our way. I mean,
remember
we had more than enough chances, so it was really, there weren't many excuses for us not killing that game off.
I just remember watching and getting that scoreline at the end of 0-0 and just thinking, even then, this is the worst result we've had this season without a doubt. And to be fair, if that's the only one where you look at it and go, that's a slip up. But it just goes to show what this league is like. That one slip up could be an issue. And for us, that was it. Listen, the full-time whistle is gone. It is Liverpool 0, Manchester United 1. Lucia Garcia scoring the goal after 72 minutes. And what a goal it was after her left-footed dummy. Let's just run you through the full-time scores very quickly, just because we can, and because Connor's not here to tell me I can't. So West Ham 2, Spurs 2 is how it finished. in Beth England's last game for the club before she comes to Manchester United.
Come on, Beth! Come on! Get over here! Get over! Your family's in Barnsley. Get over here, please. Sorry about that, guys.
Man City, they finished 3-2 in the end. Leonie Meyer scored in the 94th minute. So that would have given them a bit of a bumping on the old goal difference anyway. Leicester did get a win in the end. They won 1-0 against Brighton, which means they finish above them in the league. Arsenal and Aston Villa are still playing as it stands, but don't hold out too much hope, Lanzel's mum, because it is still the same score as it has been for the entirety of this broadcast. It feels like still, yeah. I won't say it again because you're nice.
Don't
but
worry, I'm converting her. She watches all Man United women games.
So, as it stands, obviously Chelsea did beat Reading. They won 3-0 in the end, as we all probably deep down felt probably would happen. It means that Chelsea are champions, 2 points clear of the mighty Manchester United, who have had an absolutely unbelievable season, a goal difference of plus 44. Let's put that into context. Chelsea finished with a goal difference of plus 51, which is pretty impressive. The next teams behind us, Arsenal were plus 33, City plus 25. And the only other team that's got positive goal difference was Aston Villa with plus 10. So this just gives you an idea as to how well we've done this season. Obviously, the bad news for that is that Reading are relegated. I mean, I say bad as if I care massively what happens with Reading. I don't. I didn't like their ground. And the fact that we wouldn't have to go there again does fill me full of joy, if I'm brutally honest. But where I do feel sorry for Reading is with their players, because we know what it was like last season. We turned up and had what can only be described as a tricky game. We had a brilliant first half, dodgy second half. We know what it was like watching Chelsea lift that title when we felt we were hopefully going to get the win. But for Reading,
any Reading players, honestly,
no, I wouldn't.
Thank you.
But I feel for them because they're now going to be watching Chelsea celebrate.
And that's it.
But whilst they're watching Chelsea celebrate, they're also full of the knowledge that they're dropping down to the Championship. And for that,
the funny thing is, I will take. Sorry, Sarah. Sorry.
Yep.
I will take Rachel Rowe. And not clip it again, guys. Clip it again. I know we're getting clips today. I will take Rachel Rowe. The same thing I said, I'll take Mas Pacheco. The same thing I said about Beth England. Same thing I said about Hasegawa, and she went to Man City. I will take in our midfield. I'm not saying she'll start, but I will take Rachel Rowe. There you go. Sorry, Sarah.
Well, they do have Jade Moore on loan, and then Diane Caldwell as well. So I feel for those two players.
I mean, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
So yes, maybe I was a little bit harsh with my comments. Yes, from a fan's point of view, I shall not miss that stadium or the Jobsworth stewards one little bit. So yeah, that's it. Reading are down. They will be in the Championship next season. Brighton and Leicester did a bit of a madness, really. They actually managed to get themselves out of trouble, just about. We're looking forward to seeing Bristol City next season. How do we feel? I mean, Bristol City have been there before. What do we reckon? We're looking forward to a bit of Bristol City next year. It's a hell of a trip.
Absolutely, yeah. And obviously, Grace Clinton played her part in that. So very good for her. And then hopefully, if she stays with us and doesn't go out on another loan spell, she can build on that. So
absolutely.
That's a good comment there. That's a good comment.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, just as a fan, lack of investment got them relegated, and that will always be the case. You do have to invest and show a little bit of that. TJ saying Villa are going to be a force, and it's lovely now just to watch. I can see Mark's going to go over to the away fans, doing what he always does, clapping them, throwing out the kisses. I mean, I don't mind saying
What's gonna bomb me on me? What's gonna bomb me on me? Let's go. Come on. We had a brilliant season. We've had a brilliant season.
We have.
Come on.
And the fans have been brilliant. They've travelled the length and breadth of the country. And next season, guys, they get to travel not just the length and breadth of the country, but
win the
the length
title.
and breadth of the continent.
We win the
And
title
what a
next
moment
season.
that is.
We win it next season. We win it.
What, the Champions League?
No, WSL. Champions League. Don't clip me up now. I'm not that far yet.
That's the one we're going to clip, Lanzo. Positivity FC.
We win the WSL next season. Let's go.
Now, let me just tweet that now. Lanzo
Yeah,
Jr. We're going to win the Champions League.
You know what?
Right
Tweet
now.
it. You know what? £100 for anybody. We win the WSL next season. I'm telling y'all, we're winning it.
I'll tell you what, you might not be getting any dinner tonight if you start making
Clip
bets
it,
like
clip
that
it,
live
clip it,
anyway.
clip
You won't
it,
be
clip
getting
it.
dinner.
The funds are there.
Yeah.
If you want to see clear funds, it's no problem. We're doing.
Oh, there you go. Listen, what a day it's been. What a day. Just watched Emma Hayes kiss the trophy, which is a bit annoying, but there we go. I think it's been such a good season for us. You've mentioned it all there. You guys have said it all. I know there's going to be lots of things that are going to be said over the next few weeks. We're doing loads of shows still. We won't be disappearing, but it feels like the right time to ask, what's your highlight of this season so far? That's exactly what I thought, TJ. His internet did go a little bit funny, but I think we got the gist of what he was trying to say.
I know. Come on, TJ. I'm in England, mate.
Sarah, what's been your highlight of this year?
Oh, it's tricky. It's tempting just to say, oh, the fact that we got Champions League or whatever, but I keep going back to that Arsenal game, and I still think that was the turning point. We beat them again. We've beat City. We've had more late comebacks when it mattered most. But I think for me, that game was a highlight because it was just, I mean, I wasn't there, but you could see how amazing the atmosphere was and just what it meant to everybody. And it just, I'd say for a lot of people, whether you were watching at home or you were in the ground, as I know many of you were, it was like, this feels like, a Manchester United moment, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I think the joy that I got from that moment as well, when Russo scored that goal, it reminded me of so many times over the years with the men's team, the Champions League final in 2008 and many other moments. It gave me the same buzz, and yeah, so that's probably my favorite moment of the season.
You talk about Man United moments. As I say, I've got it on for journalistic purposes. We've got the Chelsea trophy that's happening on the iPad, and the striking contrast for me is that whilst this is going on, I'm watching obviously what's happening at Tranmere, and they've just taken a photo. I got myself a little bit emotional just watching it, but it's a photo of the girls, the team, all stood arm in arm in front of the Barmy Army, in front of the fans that have travelled, as I say, the length and breadth of the country, of which I was proudly a part for a very long part of this season. And that got me a little bit, because the connection between the fans and the team has been clearly mentioned many, many times. For me, what you just said there about Arsenal, spot on. That was the moment when I first said we were going to win the league this season. I did believe it, but that was the moment when I really believed that actually we were properly onto something and that it was going to go all the way, because the mentality was changing. So I totally agree with you. Lanzel, what was your highlight?
I would have said Arsenal as well. However, Rachel Williams scoring the last goal to get into the FA Cup final. Brilliant. And the reason why I say that is because I did doubt her, and I did say sorry as well. I did say sorry as well. But she's been brilliant. She's absolutely been brilliant. She knows her role. When you hear her in interviews as well, she's very clear on what Mark has been saying to the squad members, etc. And getting to an FA Cup final and playing Chelsea and the way we played, because I still think that we played better than them, even though they scored. was brilliant for me. So I think that's my thing. And on top of that, sorry, I'm going to be greedy now, but being second in the league, 2 points behind Chelsea, no one would have said that we would do it. And all I'm going to say to you is like the big giant has been awakened, and we're coming for the title next year. Simple.
Absolutely. It's a stark contrast. Like I say, last season I was watching the girls. We were all watching the girls, watching Chelsea lift that trophy. And today there's just a different feeling about it. There's a disappointment, but there's also an understanding that they did literally everything they could possibly do. They knew they had to win the game today, and they still won it. It was out of their control what happened anywhere else. They knew they needed to win. That was the first objective, and they completed that. Had they managed to do it 6-0, it would have been even better. Not just because it would have given us a bit more about the match to talk about, but also because it would have meant that we were hitting the targets that we knew we had to hit in order to get there. But Mary Earps is just having her interview done now. It's a very relaxed situation. The season's over. It's happened now. That's it. There's the Champions League final for the women still to go. But as far as we're concerned, that is it. We are pretty much done for another season. I have had an absolute blast with you guys. It has been
Thank you guys.
So much fun. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I've had a great time, and it really beats watching the game on my own, biting my nails. It's been great to just have a laugh, have a bit of banter with Chelsea fans, and just enjoyed the sense of community.
Ansel, had fun?
You could tell I had fun. Look, I'm glowing.
Ansel's mum, have you had fun?
You know what I mean? Listen, love you all, Reds. Love you all, Reds. Yeah, United to the day I die. Love the channel. And like I said, from somebody that was in the comments, messaging to somebody that's now on the channel talking about the team I love, it's been brilliant. And like I said, if I can do it, anybody else can do it. So love you all, yeah?
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. We are always on the lookout for people to come here. It's not, and we said earlier on, Lansdale was going, it's not my opinion, not the channel's opinion. The channel doesn't have an opinion other than the fact that all fans' voices should be heard, whether it's an utterly ridiculous voice or whether it's an incredibly sensible voice, is to be decided by the masses.
And sometimes, my friends, I'm on the utterly disgusting voice, but we're still friends because Barry still got me here.
This is it.
It's not biased.
No. You can have any opinion that you would like to have, and we want them on this channel. So if you're sitting here looking at Lansdale, for example, a guy who, like we said, didn't really want to come on too much, would pop on a little bit for a few minutes, has now gained that confidence to come on. It happens every time. We've always got people who's a little bit nervous. Don't worry, we'll break you in gently. That's how we like to do things here. Sarah, of course, a seasoned pro at speaking out loud. That was never going to be a drama. But
yeah, I was very nervous my first time on the channel. I was like, oh my God, it's like, is there going to be a mob throwing things at the screen? But I'm just, it's really great to be a part of it. And everybody, like, regardless of opinions, is just, just great.
Absolutely. And I think this is the thing. It's that room to disagree. And by the way, hello, Twadumba. Lovely to have you here. Nice to have another new voice in there. And it's you guys in the comments that make these shows. It's so important. I don't think you understand, because when I say that, I'm not just talking about how you guys might say things in the comments. It gives us something to feed off of and drive the discussion a bit more. Makes our life a bit easier rather than just talking about what we think you want to talk about. Where it becomes important for me is the community that we've managed to build here. This community, the fact that when people are worried about coming on the internet, especially in a game where we are talking about women, and it is women's voices that are often being pushed to be heard, the internet's not a great place to be when you're a woman sometimes. And what I love about the group that we've got here is how respectful we are, how well we talk to each other, how much we accept each other's opinions and disagree the right way. Look at me and John Fry. We never agree, but yet he still keeps coming back and has a chat with us. We can't get rid of the guy, and we don't want to. And that's the entire point. So get yourself on it. Look, we've had a Chelsea fan. She sat with us all day. She may well be Lanzel's friend, and that's why. But look,
No. She
answer the question.
she subscribed. She subscribed. So yeah.
Yes, sir. And this is the whole point. This is what we wanted. And next season, we're going for 3. We've had 2,000. We want 3,000 subscribers. We want to make it as big as it can possibly be, but we want to maintain this community feel. We're not like those other channels. It's the same with the men's channel. What we want is for people to be able to put their opinions across, enjoy the football, love supporting the club, and just to get on, because we're all after the same thing. We all want the same thing, which is glory for Manchester United. So there we go. Twilumba, you just put here, Blundell's won player of the season. I'm shocked. Listen, do you know what? I think she had a great season. This time last season, I was wondering whether or not we needed another left back. She's absolutely made me eat my words. Go on, Lanzel.
One thing. I think the slander on Blundell, is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, and that's my own opinion. Blundell's been brilliant. She should be in the England squad. So that's it. That's what I got to say.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have given her player of the season, but I'm not against it. I think
not player of the season, but she should be in the England squad without a doubt.
So, but there we go. And this is what we're talking about, Twilumba. It's all about opinions, and their opinion, whoever it was who gave it to them, it's allowed. So there we go. Rookies.
What are you doing?
Now, mate. Look at
what
this.
are you doing?
What do you think?
When
did you know that United lost the title?
Stop trolling. I'm ringing you after this.
You have to say United.
It's a United channel. It's not a Chelsea channel. You want to take over?
I'll tell you when I know. Honestly, I'll answer your question. I'll take it at face value.
Take over by Chelsea. Stop it.
We had lost the title.
You're showing me up now.
Around about 80 minutes into the game was when I felt like we'd lost it.
I love her to bits, but she loves Chelsea, innit? She loves Chelsea. It is what it is. They won the title. Congratulations to Chelsea. Congratulations to Emma Hayes. They're brilliant. And that's where we aspire to be, and we'll be there next year. So that's it.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. So listen, it's been superb. Sarah, tell everyone where they can find you if they want more Sarah Stacey.
Well, you can see my personal Twitter handle there, but also my blog is Red Devil Women. And I will say it again ahead of next season. Anyone who wants to write an article, any opinion you want to express, whether you want to do a match report, a news piece, an opinion piece, I am more than happy to run any and all opinions. Even from opposition fans, if you have any interesting things to say, your take on things, beyond the usual sort of banter or just directing hatred at United. If you've something of interest to say, I would welcome those opinions too.
Absolutely. Twilumba's there saying she's the most improved compared to last season, but not player of the season. I tend to agree with you there, but somebody somewhere's voted it. So there we go. Lanzel, where could people find you? Presumably in the queue for McDonald's tonight, but outside of that, where else?
Find me on here, guys. And yeah, if you know my Twitter, you know my Twitter. It's my first name, surname. I'm not really a social media person. However, I'm very vocal on Twitter, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you'll see me there. You know what I mean? That's it.
Well, there you go. It's been an absolute pleasure, an absolute privilege. It seems like the right time to end it because they're just literally taking
one more thing before you go, Barry, please.
Go.
It's been a pleasure. It's been brilliant. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, everybody else. To all Reds fans, we've done a great season, men and women. And we're gonna win the WSL next season. That's what I want to say. And you'll see that on Twitter. So then you'll know it's me. All right. Love you all. Love you all. Love you all. Love you all. Love you all.
Absolutely. So again, all that's left for me to do in my role as host of this rather wonderful watch-along, which I've genuinely enjoyed. And you guys, as I say, been absolutely brilliant. Sarah and Lanzel, thank you. TJ, Jennifer, everybody else in the chat, you've all been superb. Brilliant to have you along. It's been a cracking season. It ain't over yet. The men's channel is still going. Saturday Night Live coming tonight, 8:30 p.m. It will still be happening. Loads to talk about. Looking ahead, of course, to the last game of the season. Top 4 guaranteed. Champions League for both the men and the women. Come and tell us how you're feeling about the blokes as well. We have not won the title. As a result, I'll let you into a little bit of backstage rumour mill. We were thinking of doing a Sunday review if we won the title, because obviously it would require lots and lots of celebration. Hasn't happened. So the chances are we are going to be doing a Monday review / end of season sort of show. So keep your eyes open on the Twitter, see what we're doing. But Monday night, I'm sure we'll be back. We will be condensing slightly. Instead of our usual 3 shows a week, we'll probably go around to the 2, but we will still be here every week. Unlike the football, we don't stop. We'll still be there. I'm sure we'll talk about the World Cup. There'll be loads of things to talk about. So do not change that dial. Keep yourself liked. Keep yourself subscribed. And most importantly, keep yourself safe, because the sun's coming out now and we don't have that too much in England. You've got to be very careful. Otherwise, you find yourself burnt and you don't even know it's happening. So look after yourselves. It's been an absolute delight. Cheers again, guys. Cheers in the comments. You're all legends. It's lunchtime. See you later.